I think we all need to be honest about what's happening in Minnesota. I think it's time we had a long, hard, sexy talk about what's happening in Minnesota. And you guys need to be honest with me here. Pure honesty, man. Pure honesty. You're all seeing what I'm seeing, right? Am I delusional here? Am I seeing Minnesota burn right before our very eyes? And yes, I think we are. I think we absolutely are. Now we're gonna look at we're gonna react to a little Asman. Now I did watch a little bit of this beforehand, admittedly, and we're gonna watch some more. I'm gonna watch the whole thing in front of you guys. I only watched about a third of it.
You got it?
And you can see this is the Bureau of Prisons, right? This guy isn't even ICE. He doesn't have anything to do with immigration. But because he's a federal officer, he gets sent out there and he has to defend this. Now, if you're a prison officer, honestly, 'tis just a flesh wound, right? Like, let's be honest. But at the same time, it probably doesn't feel good.
Any other form of law enforcement.
Who's hitting the face with a brick? Not a can. He's gushing blood. I didn't see that.
You shot some dude with a beanbag at point blank range with just banging a pan.
And you can see him, like, and they tore everything up.
Now's not the time. You understand? Are you pressed? Are you pressed?
Is only press allowed to be on the street?
Yeah, look at him, bro.
Are you pressed?
Literally two guys sitting there.
Then back up. Back up now. Back up.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
Literally just two guys holding down the fort. Man.
This is crazy. So I think that guy got hit by like a brick or something like that. The whole situation that's happening down in Minneapolis. Dude, Minneapolis is cooked. The place is on fire. It's burning. I think Minneapolis is pretty much screwed at this point. I don't have a lot of faith right now that Minneapolis is on the right path. I think that they are definitely Minnesota's cooked. Hold on. Give me a moment. No, I'm a huge Trump fan, man. Yeah, I support Trump, man. Absolutely. 100%. You guys feel free to subscribe if you guys support Trump as well.
There you go. Poor guy, yeah. It's like, imagine being put in that position. Man. The bloody hand. I know, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is...
This guy's... I mean, the guy's badass for still being... I can't believe he's still able to hold down the fort, to be honest. This is crazy. Dude, Minnesota is so freaking cooked right now. It's insane. Minnesota is screwed.
This is kind of badass. This.
Yeah.
How the fuck we let this happen in America? Well, where's the police? Where are they? Yeah, like cinema? Yeah, bro, like 300, yeah. Dude's huge? Yeah.
Please give back.
Oh. And you see they keep escalating, they keep moving in. Doing the same bullshit they always do. Yes, that not in the video. It's not his hand, it's his nose. That's why he's spitting out blood.
Damn,
So
dude.
he basically, he got hit in the face with something really heavy, and he's taking his mask off to spit out blood. Oh my god! Like, Jesus, man.
That's crazy,
This guy's
though.
a fucking
That's
tank.
ultimately pretty crazy.
Are you still wearing lame, limp, stinky socks? Once
Yeah.
you try hollow socks, you'll throw away all your old socks.
How did he know I was wearing shitty socks?
One lone man.
How do you know that?
Is everyone pressed?
Oh my god. Give him a medal. Jesus.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's a motherfucking patriot, man. God damn. The resilience, man, I know.
The dude's the man, dude.
That's my question for the press. Where is the local TV?
Man.
Yeah, where is the local police department, by the way? The irony is the police department has let a lot of this slide, and you know what? Minnesota's screwed at this point. All these crazy woke people are gonna have Trump derangement syndrome, and they're just gonna wreck. They're wrecking all the buildings. They're vandalizing the entirety of Minnesota. Good job, Tim Walz. Good job, you freaking dink. God, Tim Walz is the worst, dude. Tim Walz needs to resign. Straight up. Yeah, Minnesota's cooked. Minnesota is so freaking cooked right now. It's insane. These people in Minnesota are out of their minds, dude. Hey, tap subscribe if you guys love Vance 2028. Let's go. If you guys want Vance in 2028, let's roll, man. Pro Ice, pro Vance, let's roll.
He's right.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Where's the police department? They're out there just totally destroying a building. They're tearing it apart. He's there by himself, bleeding out.
Crazy.
Not bleeding out, but like
Crazy.
he's bleeding everywhere, and he's all the way there by himself. That's nuts.
TV. That's my question for the press. Where is the local TV?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I think a lot of the Minneapolis PD police department. I think a lot of those guys quit and joined ICE. That's what I heard. And here's the problem, man. They've really defunded the police in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. It's crazy.
No.
Well, the mayor. Very chaotic moment. Sir, while you're giving messages, what would your message to the protesters that want you out be?
You see, they're all.
You're getting
comment.
Do you have any comments
Please
for the
get
people that want
back
you
up.
out?
Back up. Please give me some room.
Man.
Dude, the guy is just trying to and if anybody crosses that barrier, dude, they're gonna get shot. That's what's gonna happen, man. If anybody crosses that barrier, they're getting shot right there. Yeah, Minnesota is totally cooked, by the way. All the buildings are getting a lot of the buildings are getting vandalized. A lot of shit is happening right now. And Minnesota's turning into a total frickin' shit show. Total hellhole. Hey, you know what? Thank you, Tim Walz. And by the way, this makes me pro-ICE. After watching this, I feel more pro-ICE than I did before. I am anti-woke and I am pro-ICE. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm pro-ICE and I'm anti-woke. Screw the woke people, dude. Screw, and I mean screw the woke people. The woke people suck. This guy's a hero. This guy right here, that dude's a hero. That guy's the man. Tim Walz is terrible. Tim Walz is the worst. He needs to dude, Tim Walz straight up needs to resign. That sack of you-know-what needs to resign. I've never been more adamant in my life.
Fuck, man. One singular guy. That's nuts, man. Yeah, they're baiting him. I know. They're just trying to ask him questions and get him to say something, right? Obviously. And
Crazy.
Is this where they throw something at him? Okay, let me see if it is.
Oh, crap. Yeah, he gets like a brick thrown at him.
Are you pressed? Get back! Amen! Get back!
And you see, none of this would have happened if they had the police there. None of this would have happened.
Yeah, instead, I mean, the police department, they probably all, I think the entirety of the Minnesota Police Department just said, fuck this. I think the majority of the police department probably have quit. I think that they resigned themselves because they're like, you know what? We're tired of being pawns in a political game. We're tired of being Tim Walz's little butt boys. We're tired of being pawns for Tim Walz. We don't want to be anymore. So I totally get that the Minnesota Police Department people, they probably all resigned. Probably 90% of their force. I wouldn't be surprised if majority of their force resigned, allegedly. Because Tim Walz is a terrible governor. Straight up. Oh, thank you so much for the 100. I appreciate it, my brony brother. Thank you. Anytime gifts are sent, it really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So I really appreciate anything you guys send to me. It really does help in a lot of ways. Let's keep going.
All of this is completely engineered by the state and by the city. They have caused all of this to happen on purpose.
Oh yeah, and Tim Walz is completely to blame. Mayor Jacob Fry is completely to blame. All you guys had to do was let the citizens of Minnesota, let them know that ICE is going to be here. Just let them conduct their investigations and nothing will happen. Instead, Tim Walz says ICE is the enemy, ICE is the Gestapo, and then Tim Walz is a total chud. And these woke people somehow listen to Tim Walz, which I don't know why. Tim Walz is such a swarmy bastard. I could never listen to Tim Walz, dude. Tim Walz is... I have Tim Walz derangement syndrome. I'll admit it. I have Tim Walz derangement syndrome because Tim Walz is a terrible governor. Tim Walz is one of the worst governors I have ever freaking seen. The terrorists, the irony is, if you guys think that ICE is the bad guy, no. Look at all the woke people in Minnesota. If you think that ICE is the bad guy, look yourselves in the mirror and realize that you guys are rioting, agitating these guys. You're destroying buildings. You're destroying property. You're making these ICE agents' lives hell. They have to basically mace you guys because you guys won't leave them alone. And you guys are interfering with their investigations. It's disgusting.
Because they hope to profit from the chaos. That's the reason. I'm livid Trump is being utterly useless and hanging these guys out to dry. Well, I think that's over now. I do. I think I think today might be the last day. That might be it. Because... Oh, this is where it hit him? Okay, let me see if I can watch that again.
You didn't start your business to do
Jesus. Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, they're vandalizing property. If you're vandalizing property, that's destruction of a building. You are destroying property. If you start, like, if people smash glass on a window, right? If you throw a rock through a window, you're damaging the property and you're destroying the building. It's a form of destruction, dude. And if you guys can't admit, if you woke people in Minnesota, whether you're in Minnesota or whether you're anywhere else, if you woke people can't admit that you guys are seriously deranged, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Minnesota's basically on fire, and I don't know if there's anybody who could save Minnesota at this point. Thank you, Tim Walz, for making things worse, as as usual. Guys like Tim Walz are swarmy and they're terrible. Guys like Tim Walz tend to make things worse than better. No, January 6th was not okay. January 6th was not okay, and what you guys are doing in Minnesota, by the way, is not okay either. What you guys are doing in Minnesota, all you woke people in Minnesota, is not all right. The woke people are the problem. You know, ICE needs to stand their ground. If I'm going to be honest, ICE needs to stand their ground. They shouldn't be bullied by these woke people. They shouldn't be bullied by the wokes. The woke people should stop bullying the ICE. Stop it. Stop bullying the ICE agents. They're woke. I mean, not the ICE agents aren't woke. The people who are bullying the ICE agents are woke AF, okay? They're woke AF.
They tore this whole place up.
The irony is the real agitators, the real Gestapo are the citizens of Minnesota, the woke citizens of Minnesota. They don't hate the Gestapo. They want to be the Gestapo.
This.
The wokies in Minnesota want to be the Gestapo.
Uh-oh. They got more of the boys in. Like, I mean, look at this. It's like a fucking war zone.
No, this is wild, though. This is wild beyond belief, man.
Like, and they're just letting this happen. They're letting the entire thing happen for no reason. It's insane. Looks staged? Yeah, I know. It looks like a movie, right? Oh, my God.
No, Minnesota's absolutely cooked, dude. Minnesota's absolutely cooked. The place is on freaking fire. Look at this. We got crazy rioters everywhere. They're vandalizing buildings. They're vandalizing property. They're harassing the ICE agents. It's not good. And if you woke people think that this is a good thing, you know what? Let Minnesota burn at this point. Just let it burn. I just say let it burn. I say it's already burning. It might as well keep burning because Minnesota's cooked. Minnesota is absolutely cooked, and I think Minnesota's a lost cause. It is honestly too woke in Minnesota. It's too goddamn woke in Minnesota. It's a lost cause. Absolutely. Yeah, Minnesota's cooked. It is super freaking cooked at this point. Like, if you guys can't admit that Minnesota's cooked, you know that.
The Wild West. I know.
Wow, wiki, wow. Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider, no, you know one.
Why is Trump so retarded? That's a great question. Why is he saying borders are over and not the fucking military? I don't know. I'm assuming that this is what I think probably happened. I think that Tim Walz is probably flagging. He's probably
laugh out loud.
Like, listen, we've got to come to a deal. There's, people are now destroying all of the places in the city. Everything is chaos. Things are burning. Our officers are being violently attacked. It's basically like he's flagging, yeah, bro, like I think that he's losing momentum. He definitely is. And then it comes out that there's a bunch of people that are in the government that are working with like these anti-federal government, these like insurrectionist people, like the anti-ICE people.
Which is wild to me. Seriously wild to me. It's crazy. When I found out about that, when I found out there were people in the inner workings of the Minnesota government working to what's the term? To mess with ICE, basically, to mess with their operation. It's wrong, man. It's wrong, and you guys know it's wrong,
Well, I mean, I think that they probably sent Tom Homan down there to negotiate something with him and to coordinate.
At this point, there's got to be something figured out.
If I had to guess, that's what I would guess. Now, I mean, we'll see what happens, but
yeah, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're pro-ICE, we're pro-Trump, we're pro-Vance. Let's go.
Like, I mean, do you really think, because, like, as soon as they start burning down their own city, now, like, for example, whenever there are just people that are obstructing ICE, this is something that's basically isolated to the federal government. But when you have random people that are going around downtown that are destroying property, that are damaging.
It's insane what's happened. It really is insane what's happening in Minnesota. Straight up, dude. Like, the fact that everybody's like, the fact that some of these people are like destroying property and making people's lives way worse than they should be. I mean, they're making everybody's lives hell, dude. And it's just these. And when I say the people that are, ICE has done nothing wrong, in my opinion, except for the one incident with Alex Preddy. Everything else, though, ICE has done the right thing. The Alex Preddy situation, I'll admit. The guy who shot Alex Preddy needs to go to jail. That was uncalled for. He shot him in the back. There was no reason for that. So rest in peace, Alex. That was wrong. Other than that, though, ICE has been pretty good. ICE has done a pretty good job other than that.
Buildings that are just basically tearing the place up. Now it goes beyond that. Now it's a riot. Yeah, isolating.
No, it's an absolute riot down there in Minnesota. This qualifies as one. Massive amounts of vandalism. This is going to take a while. If this vandalism keeps up, I think it's pure anarchy in the streets that's going to happen in Minnesota. Unfortunately, I don't want it to happen. I don't want anarchy in the streets, but it's really looking like that's the direction that this is taking. And it looks like Minnesota's totally cooked at this point. Minnesota is totally effed. And I think it's about time we all admit that. Minnesota is totally
I guess
screwed.
So, right? Tim Walz let the BLM riots happen. Yeah, he did. But think about what happened after that.
Yeah, Minnesota's fucked.
That looked really, really bad. And I think also the reason why I think that's a big reason why he's not doing it again. It's because I don't think anybody wants to have that happen again. I think that people are probably just fatigued from it too. They're probably tired. Jesus.
This is a typical day in Minnesota. What we're witnessing right now is a typical day in the life of a Minnesotan. God, Minnesota is so cooked. Minnesota is absolutely cooked. Minnesota is so freaking screwed. Tim Walz, you need to resign, buddy. Tim Walz absolutely needs to resign. The Democrats have... I don't know how people can vote Democrat at this point. I know I can't. The more I see these the more of these woke rioters that I see, the more of these woke Karens I see, the more I'm just like, screw it. I am anti-Democrat at this point. I'm pure play anti-Democrat because I think that the Democrat Party has turned into the fascists. The Democrats have turned into the fascists. So I'm anti-Democrat.
Look at them all. Somebody lighting off fireworks. I live here. Trust me. I bet he's lying. I don't care. He's full retard. I bet he lied to the president just to get less feds and escalate it more. I think there's a good chance.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me either. That's a good comment.
That happens. I mean, in my opinion, I still think they should charge the guy and go through and criminally investigate all of them. I think that should happen, because the thing is that the reason why they will only basically concede defeat if they can't win. Like, don't ever forget they were trying to fight you. They were trying to fight you. And so I'm not saying that, let's let bygones be bygones. But the thing is that whenever you're an official, your goal is to make sure that you're operating in the best interest of the public, right? Your goal isn't to make sure that you're operating in, some kind of other ego thing or any other bullshit. You want to make sure that you're doing the right thing for the people that are there. And the fact is that, yes, obviously having a bunch of officers going around constantly, this is chaotic, it's stressful. And also, think about it like this. if the resources in Minnesota are sufficient to do the ICE operations that they're doing right now, then if they have the state government working with them, then some of those resources will then become redundant, logically, right? Because you won't need as many of those people because you're going to have the state government that's helping coordinate and cooperate with you.
Interesting.
That's the reason why these things happen in the southern states and red states where there's no problems. So as long as you have a solution for this, that's what matters. You think Tim should be executed? I think that if it's found, like, I do think that we should get back to trying people for treason and sedition more often.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. I'm not going to accuse Tim Walz of anything, but I agree with Asmund to some degree. What Tim Walz is doing.
Laugh out loud.
If you are trying to turn, if you're going up against the federal government at this point, I mean, it's basically an insurrection to some degree. What's happening in Minnesota is an insurrection, straight up. The people are gonna, the sad part is all the woke people are gonna try to take over the government in Minnesota. That's what I think is gonna happen. That's what I believe is going to happen. I believe all the woke people will I think they're gonna barge into the capital of Minnesota. And I think they're just going to make things worse, unfortunately, which is going to really, really suck.
I really do think so. And I think that capital punishment should be one of the things that's on the list for that. I definitely think so. I think that if you're found to be cooperating with or knowingly allowing money to be sent to a foreign government, especially a foreign government that's opposite.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Joe K. Thank you for subscribing, Joe K. We're going to put your name up on the board. So everybody give a round of applause to Joe K. for subscribing. I appreciate you, my brony brother. Thanks for the subscribe. You're the man. But yeah, there's a lot of woke people. There's a lot of woke people who come into my chat, by the way, which I totally don't get it. Why are there woke people in my chat? What's up with all the woke people? Can you guys explain why you're here, please?
Oppositional to our own, or a foreign force that's oppositional, like for example that Somalian terrorist group.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of woke Karens in the chat right now. I wouldn't be surprised even in the slightest if there was a plethora of woke Karens. It wouldn't shock me, man.
Al-Shabaab, I think that's the name. Yeah, I think you should be charged for treason, and I think capital punishment should be on the menu there, absolutely. And honestly, like, the reason why is because that's what you did. This isn't even really like an opinion. Whenever you do something and you allow resources to be sent to a foreign terrorist organization that is openly, like trying to kill Americans, then yeah, I mean, fuck that. Like, absolutely not. Yeah, not Israel. Well, Israel is an ally of ours. Like, I mean, it is an ally. I mean, you can't compare Israel with like a random terrorist group in Somalia, okay? Like, you can't. And I know some smartass is going to say, yeah, because Israel's worse. And maybe you're right. But like, I think that you're intentionally removing all rational nuance, and you're trying to just make this like, you're trying to make a Reddit argument, right? Yes, obviously Israel is very different.
Yeah, Israel sucks, by the way.
Than, like fighting, a terrorist organization. Duh, of course.
Oh, all the way. Okay, got it. This is the Minneapolis Police Department. We're all under arrest. Sit down.
They're actually gonna arrest everybody. Wait, is the Minnesota Police Department gonna actually start arresting people? Is that really gonna happen? Are they like, if anybody's in the street rioting, are they actually going to finally get some backbone and start? Are they actually going to arrest people? Finally. Fucking finally. Seriously, finally. Hey, what up, Feline Gaming? Thank you so much. Like the stream, Brony Bros. Hell yeah. You're a pink brony bro, and you dance at the gay club. Oh my God, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. I'm wearing a man thong down at the... Let's keep watching.
You're all under arrest.
Police department. We're all under arrest.
Oh my God.
Sit down.
Man, I guess maybe they've had enough.
Minneapolis Police Department. You're all under arrest.
Damn, everybody's under arrest? Hell yeah.
Sit down on the ground.
Holy shit.
A lawful order for the Minneapolis Police Department. With a lawful order for the Minneapolis Police Department. You're
Oh
under
my
arrest.
God.
This is crazy, you guys. I don't know what to think. All right, give me a few seconds, you guys. I gotta give me one more moment. Yeah, Minnesota's out of its mind, though, dude. All the people in Minnesota are totally cooked. What's happening in Minnesota is extremely chaotic, crazy. Give me a moment. We're gonna react to a little more Asman here in just a second.
They finally had enough. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Just rounding them up. It's about time? Yeah. Looks like Detroit and RoboCop. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, these people went absolutely fucking apeshit. And the St. Paul police turned around to let an anti-ice mob storm a Hilton with agents. Let's see here. What?
What exactly is happening here?
What? Guys, there's something wrong.
What is happening?
There's something that's really
I'm so
wrong
confused.
here. The cop roached out. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I bet that's protocol.
What the hell?
I bet you're probably not supposed to engage a large mob of people like that until you have other people with you. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I've seen police try to go forward and try to disperse a mob, they never interfere with the mob until they have a considerable amount of numbers, right? So he's probably following a protocol. And he's like, oh, all right. Got to get some more guys, you know? It's like, think about it. Do you want to go 50v1? I don't, right? I mean, you don't want to end up like that fucking officer. This guy did 50v1. He's bleeding. So you don't want to have...
Yeah, that guy... the fact this dude was able to hold down the fort is honestly pretty impressive in that situation. It's crazy. But Minnesota's totally
that
cooked.
happen. So until they have overwhelming force, I think it's...
Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It really does help the channel grow. So you guys have been a major contributing factor to this, and you guys have been incredible. Thank you. Let's keep reacting to Asman Gould's video. Let's see what Asman is talking about. Let's see what my boy is doing. Let's go, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
protocol, yeah, or at least like a considerable force, absolutely. And yeah, where's the local PD? And where is this here? One cop, that's all. One cop, that's all. St. Paul sent while rioters trashed a hotel. So these people.
Hey, I want to give a shout out. Thank you for sending a laughing disco for 250 joules. Democrats suck. I really appreciate the gift. We're going to keep that up on the board. Make sure you guys subscribe to @DemocratsSuck-F2P. Help a brother out, man. Thank you. Thank you, Dem Suck, brother. You rock. My brony.
Went absolutely apeshit. This is what happened to this hotel building. This was before all of this stuff went down. So you can see how everything's normal and everything's fine now, right?
Fuck.
So they convinced themselves that ICE is living in this is staying in this hotel. And so
What is
because they
happening in this
convinced
building?
themselves that ICE is staying in this hotel, the logical thing to do would be to break into hotel, destroy everything in the hotel, smash all the windows, and maybe violently assault the people working there. I mean, this is just, I mean, obviously that's what you do, right? Of course. Yes. Yeah, everybody knows this. Right.
So it's funny. They used to, you guys remember the Summer of Love riots, right? The Minnesota Summer of Love riots. Well, this is the Winter of Hate riots in Minnesota, basically, that's happening. This is the craziest part about this. It's the Winter of Hate, baby. That's what's happening in Minnesota, the Winter of Hate. Dude, Minnesota's cooked, though. Minnesota is so fucked right now. Seriously, Minnesota is screwed. If you guys don't realize that Minnesota's totally fucked right now, I don't know what to tell you. Colorado Life 94, thank you so much for the laughing disco, my brony brother. That's fucking sick. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for the laughing disco. I'm going to highlight that real quick. In fact, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this as well. I'm going to like that. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. I just made sure to like those and love those. This is super cool. That really helps the channel grow in a lot of ways. So I gave it love. I gave it the attention it deserves. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's keep watching, man.
You see, trying to tell them to stop.
No, like I'm getting tired of this crap as well, man. Hey, thank you, John Call, for the 2 jewel for the 100 for the 2 jewels, the 100. Thank you, Brony. I appreciate it. Everybody give a shout out to John Call -Y24.
I don't know
for
about you guys,
Y2U.
but like, do I really want to live in
Thank
a
you, bro.
country where where a roving band of retards just runs around in the fucking downtown?
That's pretty much what's happening, dude. It's crazy town in Minnesota. Dude, Minnesota's straight up cooked. I firmly believe that Minnesota is so screwed right now. Like, Minnesota is beyond screwed, in my opinion.
Banging pots and pans and breaking windows. Do I want to live like that? No, I don't. I think this sucks. I do. I think it's ridiculous.
I mean, really, what is the solution? Do you just enable the Insurrection Act, send the military in, and just tell everybody to be on their best behavior? I mean, do you give the rioters a bunch of spankings? Does the National Guard have to come in and take every single rioter, taser them, and then give them a spanking? I mean, what has to happen? Because these people are destroying buildings they're really destroying buildings. If you break glass on a building, that's a form of destroying a building. If you vandalize a building, that is the form of a destroying of the value of the building. And not only that, you're just making people's lives worse. You are making people's lives worse by vandalizing things. I want you woke people in Minnesota to really let that sink in. You guys are making people's lives worse with all this vandalism, okay? People are looking at what's happening in Minnesota. We are watching you, Minnesota. And you know what we're seeing? We're seeing the real reason why Trump got elected. This is exactly why Trump got elected to begin with, is because we're not going to be bullied by a bunch of white leftist Karens and we don't want to be told what to do by them. And I hope that everything that happens in Minnesota, I hope it turns Minnesota red, because I will never vote Democrat. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Democrats lost my vote so fucking long ago because you guys mess everything up. Everything that a Democrat touches turns to shit, I swear. And I'm done with the Dems. There's a reason why there's a lot of people who are very anti-Democrat. And I am very much so a full-on anti-Democrat. I am full-on anti-Democrat, completely 100%, end of story. Let's keep watching this. I'm heated, dude. I'm really heated right now because I'm done with the Democrats. I'm done with the woke people making everybody's lives miserable. I'm tired of them vandalizing shit. I'm tired of them antagonizing ICE officers to the point where they can't think straight. Let's just admit it. These woke people are making life way worse.
Where's the damn police? The police aren't coming. They didn't show up until it was over.
Everything's local and everybody's hospital.
You see, they keep trying to get in through the door.
Dude, these woke people, dude, it's mob mentality. This is mob behavior. This is mob behavior, dude. This is insanity. Like, dude, the rest of America, by the way, hey, Minnesota, the rest of America is watching you, and we think that you guys are all idiots. We think that you're all morons. All you woke people getting in the street, throwing shit through windows, doing all this crazy shit, we're done. We are effing done. 100% done. We have Minnesota fatigue. We're tired of seeing Minnesota in the headlines all the frickin' time. The Summer of Love riots. Tim Walz. I am so sick of Tim Walz. You know, I thought, and I really meant this. I really mean this. I thought during the 2024 election when we saw Harris and Walz, after Harris and Walz lost, I thought this is going to be the last time I ever have to see these two pieces of garbage. This is the last time I have to see Harris. This is the last time I have to see Walz. And now that Trump's been in office, that's all I see is Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Mainly Tim Walz, unfortunately. Tim Walz is the most famous governor in the United States right now. Not because he's a good governor, by the way.
Laugh out loud.
Not because
Boston Tea Party was a mob fuckface Gaza.
Thank you so much, Chad. I appreciate that. So yeah, Boston Tea Party was a mob, but they were protesting unfair tax. They wanted taxation with representation. They were arguing that there was taxation without representation. And so yeah, the Boston Tea Party was justified. Absolutely, the Boston Tea Party was 100% justified. What this isn't justified. This is a bunch of spoiled brats who want to throw a bunch of shit through buildings because they suck. You know, the honest part, the sad part about this is they're like throwing stuff through like business windows, it looks like. They're just doing terrible things. And you know what? We're tired of the woke people. But I want to say thank you for the super chat, by the way. Chad, thank you for the super chat. I'll read it aloud. So Chad says the Boston Tea Party was a mob. F-face Garza. Yeah, I know. You know, I'm aware, right? I am aware that what happened with the whole Boston Tea Party thing, that was a mob situation too. It was a group of people who dumped a bunch of tea overboard from a ship. Absolutely, I get it. You guys are cray-cray, man. I love you guys, but you guys are cray-cray sometimes. The woke left, man, sometimes they get a little hyphy, and it's terrible, man. Go Trump, absolutely, bro. Billie Jean is not my lover.
They keep.
Oh yeah, it's a woke temper tantrum for sure. I mean, this is woke. This is woke city, man. Woke city, bitch. Woke city, bitch. Woke city, bitch. Woke city, bitch. I got Tim Walz and he is rocking out, bitch. Tim Walz loves you all. Tim Walz, can you just resign already? For the love of God, dude. Nobody wants Tim Walz in office, dude. Nobody wants Tim Walz in office.
Laugh out loud.
For reading it aloud.
Oh, no problem, Chad. Yeah, for reading it aloud. Yep, I wanted to read it aloud, bro. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Of course I'm going to read it aloud, bro. If somebody gives me a super chat, even if I disagree with the super chat, I'm going to read it aloud, dude. Yeah, Boston Tea Party was a mob. Fuckface Garza. So yeah, it was absolute mob. Sure, I agree with that. But there was a reason that it happened, a good reason. This is, sometimes a revolt,
Laugh out loud.
sometimes a revolution needs to happen, obviously, and I get that. But there are times where the revolution is so stupid, where it's not even a revolution, it's just people are rioting because they're angry, they hate their lives. This is an example of people who are rioting because they just hate their lives and they're just miserable people. These are miserable people and they just hate their lives. That's why they're rioting. That's why they do this. They just hate themselves so freaking much. That's what I'm trying to say. Duh. Yeah, this is what I see, dude.
It's like, think about it. Do you want to go 50v1? I don't, right? I mean, you don't want to end up like that fucking officer.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, white, leftist, Karens, and we don't want to be told what to do by them. And I hope that everything that happens in Minnesota, I hope it turns Minnesota red. Because I will never vote Democrat. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Democrats lost my vote so fucking long ago. Because you guys mess everything up. Everything that a Democrat touches turns to shit.
And it really does. I mean, most of the things that the Dems touch, it turns to garbage, dude. It turns to absolute trash. Without a doubt. Hey, thank you so much, Colorado Life. I appreciate the clapping seal. Hell yeah. Really greatly appreciate it, so. Now I'm heated. I'll tell you guys, I'm a little heated. I'm a little bit pissed off at what Tim Walz has been doing. I think that Tim Walz is not good for his own state. But thank you for the clapping seal for the 250 joules. I'm going to put that up on the board. If anybody wants to say, thank you for the 100. I appreciate the 100 for 2 joules. And then the clapping seal for the 250 joules. I really appreciate it big time, bro. Thank you, man.
Trying to do
Let's
it.
keep watching.
What are they doing? This is crazy. Why do we have to live like this? Oh my God. I don't know what, like, in my opinion, you've got to, what they did at
it's
the
levels
very
on the
end
verge
is
of
exactly
insanity.
what you need to do. You show up at the police, you're all under arrest, sit down right now. That's it. And then you put every single one of them in jail overnight, or maybe for a...
I mean, these people need to be spanked at this point. I think there are spankings that need to be in order. I think these people have never been spanked in their lives. A lot of these crazy people have never been spanked, and they don't, and you know what? They've never been disciplined in their life. If anybody tells them no, they're just terrible.
A little bit longer. That's it. Look. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is insane, man. This is insane. but thank you guys for your patience, by the way. I will, I ended up, I'm going to eat and watch. Here we go. Let's go, dude. Let's go. So you guys ready? And now you ready, yeah. And now you ready, yeah. For once to come. No, I said, are you ready, yeah. And now you ready, yeah. For once to come. Hey, we're almost to... Hey, we just reached... hey, I want to give a big shout out to everybody real quick before we continue. We just got to 7,300 subscribers. Once again, we just reached the plateau. Well, I mean, we're not at the limit, obviously. We can keep growing, but we're that much closer to 10,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody. We just reached 7,300 subs. I repeat, we just reached 7,300 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. If you can, make sure that you tap the subscribe button so that way it'll help the channel grow. And if you guys love JD Vance as much as I do, tap the subscribe button, please. Let's roll.
Oh. Why do they do this? They think that the reason why they do it is they think ICE officers are in the hotel, so they can prevent ICE officers from getting sleep by, basically just like making a lot of noise.
Yeah, the people in Minnesota
so
are so terrible.
They can't sleep. That's the strategy they're using. Yeah, that's their goal. Funny part, they're accomplishing nothing. Yeah, usually they get the wrong hotel. They're like outside a hotel that nobody's at.
That's funny. They're actually going to a hotel where ICE is not even at. How freaking funny is that? Because these woke people suck so bad. I'm so sick of the woke people. I really am. The woke people are real, and the woke people are just upsetting and disturbing and terrible. We're done with the wokes, man. We're done with the woke people. Straight up.
And they're just like screaming at it. You see how they're so physically aggressive, too. They're trying to get really close. They're trying to get in the way.
This is crazy,
man. They're trying to block the door. You see they're doing a whole lot of this.
And this is wild. They're trying to break in. They're trying to... It's wild what they're trying to do. These protesters are insane people. They're not protesters. These are rioters. There's a big difference between a protester and a rioter. And the people who are outside of this hotel, these guys qualify as rioters. Straight up 100%.
Yep. I hate these people. I know.
Yeah, these people suck.
Yeah,
and the whistles.
What they do. So
oh my God, the whistles. I can't stand the fucking whistles. I'm so done with these freaking whistles. Can you Karens stop blowing your whistles? Every time I watch these videos, I am so sick and tired of hearing the whistles. Stop with the freaking whistles.
Feely. They like to touch people. They do.
I love how you guys are bringing up January 6th, but how many January 6th-esque events have you leftists done? Think back to the Summer of Love riots with George Floyd. How much property was damaged? Also, by the way, insurrections happened in Minnesota during that as well. So I love how the left acts like they never, ever, 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 ever do insurrections or vandalism. By the way, the left is very well known for its vandalism, by the way. The only time the left can even dredge up an instance where vandalism occurred with right-wing people was January 6th. January 6th was a bad day. But how often do we see annoying leftists start breaking shit or making people's lives more miserable? Leftists will never learn. Leftists will accuse you of the violence that they're committing. And I repeat, leftists will gaslight you and accuse you of the violence that they themselves are committing.
And Why do these people not arrested, put in prison? I have no idea why that doesn't happen. I don't. And that's what needs to happen, too. And you see, here we go. Yeah, this is now. Now they're breaking the windows.
This is insane. And do these people not realize that that people who are sane, like myself, people who are sane, like Asmongold, we look at these people and we realize that these are the people who vote for Biden. These people here that are throwing like rocks through the window and throwing shit through the window. These are the people who vote for Biden. These are the people who vote for Tim Walz. These are the people who vote for Kamala Harris. These are the dum-dums who vote for Joe Biden, Barack Obama, you name it. These are the morons. And whoever these morons are voting for, I am going to vote the exact opposite. I will vote the exact opposite that these freaks are voting for. Just saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh boy, here we go. They want ICE to get less sleep, then complain when ICE is agitated and hostile. Sounds like they want to get more people killed. Well,
the irony is they're trying to make it to where ICE agents can't sleep. Then they won't be able to do their duties properly. They won't be able to function properly. Here's the problem with this, is that these rioters, they want the chaos. These rioters, they want the chaos. They want the chaos because they're pieces of garbage. They're not protesters. They're rioters. There's a big difference. There's a difference between a protester and a rioter. The people who are throwing rocks through these windows and being total pieces of shit, those are rioters, not protesters. And we do not hey, Minnesota, by the way, we do not support you. We are laughing at you, Minnesota. We are laughing at the people of Minnesota because you're all a bunch of nincompoops and you're morons. You know, I thought people in Oregon were stupid, but you know what? People in Minnesota are just as woke and dumb. People in Minnesota are just as woke and dumb. Let's go.
That's their end goal. Like their strategy, and this is what their strategy is built around. Their strategy is built around creating an untenable, chaotic situation, blaming it on the federal government, and then saying that because they've created this chaotic situation, the only way to solve it is everybody has to leave and let us do what we want. Like, that's basically what their strategy is that they're trying to just basically make it as chaotic, as, unlivable as possible. And hopefully the federal government will think, okay, well, it's just not worth it to go after, right? It's a heckler's vote. Yeah, basically, right? And that's what they're doing. That's the reason why they're doing it. That's their strategy. It's a stupid strategy, but, like, that's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a dumb strategy. Absolutely.
Anarchy reigns? Basically, yeah. I mean, I would say so.
Well, it's because, here's the thing about woke people. Woke people are really lazy, and it's easier to destroy than it is to create. So lazy people would rather destroy things than create things. The irony is that woke people are not creators, they are destroyers. They're all about tearing things down. Tear down that statue. Tear down that government. But when they tear those things down, they don't even know what to replace it with. And when they do replace it with something, it's usually something really stupid, like communism or socialism. Liberals are maniacs. I don't trust most. If you're a woke liberal, I don't trust you, period. If you're a regular liberal, like a classic liberal, I trust you. Because I know you're not a psychopath. The psychotic left, the woke people, woke people equals psychotic left. So the psychotic sect of the left really, really pisses me off to the point where I am very happy to speak out against them. No, I'm not. I'm not going to call for unity. I'm not going to call for the unity. No. Why should anybody try to call for unity when that's clearly ridiculous? Why would I call for unity? I don't even like these people. These people don't. Okay, by the way, these woke people don't like me, and I don't like them. Straight up. Why am I going to pretend to like them, and why am I going to pretend like I want to unite with them? I don't necessarily want them as an enemy. I don't want anybody as an enemy, but sometimes you're going to accumulate enemies in this life. It's just how it is. So.
Yep. You see they're opening the door. Like, what are they doing trying to open the door?
Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a break from Asman just for a second. Hold on.
What are they doing this for? This is crazy, right? Can the building owners shoot to protect their property? I mean, in this case, I wouldn't really give a shit. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I wouldn't care at all. And yeah, arrests take manpower. ICE can't do mass arrests during missions. It takes a couple of guys out of the mission so they can process. Without local cop support, it's untenable. It is. And that's why I was saying that they either need the local police support or they need to bring in the National Guard or the military.
And one or the other.
There are only two options for this. Like, you can't, because the thing is that if you leave Minnesota and you don't do these arrests, what that does is it tells everybody else in the country that if they don't like this stuff, all you have to do is go out in public and violently attack people.
No, I'm glad they're arresting people. I'm glad they're trying to arrest these rioters. These rioters are out of their flipping mind. And I am proud of the police for finally stepping up, man. Straight up, dude. Yeah, no, I am so sick and tired of the wokies. I'm sick of the woke, dude. We're tired of the woke people. That's all I got to say. We're done bending a knee to the woke people. We're done with it. The woke people can suck it. Woke people are terrible. No, I don't like woke people. I think woke people suck. I think woke people are annoying. I think woke people suck.
Destroy property and be crazy, and then you're going to get away with it. And that's the big problem. It's that if you let people do this, they will continue to do it worse and worse and worse. And I think that's the main concern, and that's the main problem. And
that's why I'm pissed, dude, because you're just ruining Minnesota. You're making people's lives even worse. By the way, I fully support ICE, by the way, except for the Alex Preddy situation. I don't support that. I do believe that Alex Preddy was murdered, and he was shot in the back, and I think that was wrong. But I'm not going to condemn all of ICE. I'm going to condemn the agent who shot him in the back. That was terrible. That was seriously terrible, you guys. So all I can say is this. I am not on the side of the rioters. In fact, if anything, I'm sick and tired. I have Minnesota fatigue. I have rioter fatigue. Every time I see rioters, I have pure fatigue when I look at them. I'm like, these guys suck so much ass. Give me a second, you guys.
Shit, I swear.
Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm trying to figure out something. We'll watch a little more Asman here in a second, all right? Just give me a few more seconds, okay?
Laugh out loud.
Laugh out loud. Now, how the hell do I post? Give me a second, you guys. Give me a second, you guys. Okay, there we go. Let's keep going.
A government failure to protect citizens and property? Yeah, it is. It's absolutely a failure. We need all these Korean Giga Chad defending their businesses like the LA riots in the 90s. Well, I'm pretty sure with the LA riots, they had to bring in the National Guard or the military back then too, actually. Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
They actually needed to.
I forgot January 6 rioters didn't get arrested until way later.
Crazy.
Yeah, but like the reason why it took longer to get the January 6 rioters is because there was such a huge concerted effort to identify all of them. And also a lot of those people weren't masked. They thought that I think that a lot of January 6 rioters didn't really go there to destroy property. It's the same as a lot of these people. They didn't really go there to destroy property. It just kind of happens as an outcome of just, having a lot of people in an area and something going crazy or going wrong. I think that's it. It's so bad. My college professor today went on an emotional tirade today about ICE. Yeah, I think, well, this is the problem is that, the area, like, oh, here we go. Here's another one. Look at him go. Jesus. They're going absolutely ape shit, huh?
What are these people doing? Are they kicking trash cans and just... Dude, these guys are retards. I cannot... Dude, I have Minnesota fatigue so hard right now. No, seriously, I have the greatest form of Minnesota fatigue at this point. Like, these people are just exhausting. These people are exhausting, man. Like, I don't blame people for having pure play Minnesota fatigue at this point. I get it. Because I absolutely
They're just out there
haven't.
making as much noise as possible. I mean, and this is totally... Look, they're blocking off the roads. They're making all the noise. Like, this is crazy. Oh, my God.
It's wild, man.
Literal monkeys? I know.
It's cray-cray.
Look at them. This is insane. This is what happens when you let these people do whatever the hell they want. We're going to need a bigger box? I see why you say that. I do. Democrats want to arrest everyone who was January 6th? Well, they shouldn't have been there. I mean, anybody who went in the Capitol should have gotten arrested for sure.
I don't know what the hell's... What is this? What am I watching? Like, for the love of God, what am I watching, man? I want to know, what am I watching?
I mean, this is my same outlook with this, right? I mean, you can't have...
Oh, for God's sakes, what the hell was that scream? Ah! Do you hear that scream? It's like, ah! That was the lamest scream of all time. These people are the cringiest people alive. They're terrible. I'm so sick of the wokes. The woke people are just so flipping frustrating. So terrible, dude.
Oh my God. Really? Really?
That scream is horrendous.
Just randomly screaming at the Hampton Inn. I don't even know what to say.
I don't either,
I
dude.
don't. That's unbelievable. Wow. Jesus Christ. When do you think a conservative...
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, dude. The left. The left is out of its collective fucking mind. Crazy, man. Crazy. Sanity. I'm so sick of the wokes, dude. I'm so sick of the woke people. I mean, this has to stop.
conservative pulls a Call of Duty airport mission? Oh, I hope not.
What is that scream? Nah. I can't, dude. I need to step away from this for just a few seconds. I'm not going to end the stream or anything. But my God, this is why I don't like left people. I don't like leftists. I think the woke left has lost its collective fucking mind. Hello, hello.
Maxter, what's going on, sir?
Oh, just live streaming, man. How you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a bit, Mr. Antoine.
I know it's been a minute, dude. Tyler's in the live, I think, right now. But me and him are actually gonna see what you're doing tomorrow.
Well, I don't know exactly what I'm doing tomorrow. What are your guys' plans?
We were thinking about maybe shooting some pool and having a couple cold ones if you're down for that.
Maybe. Is that it's on a tomorrow, you said?
Tuesday, yep.
Because, well, here's the thing. I know I'm going to be going to DJ Bingo. From
DJ Bingo. So you are going to be at, like, county then, right?
No.
No.
No. It's gonna be over at the Happy Land Arcade at the Pony Village Mall.
Yeah, at the arcade. Yeah. I've heard about it.
Oh, I see Tyler in the chat now. What a sexy stud, dude.
I knew he was coming. He's like, I'll be right in there. I was like,
what a sexy stud, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I picked up his call for the first time. Crazy stuff. Usually, I've been MIA. I'm picking up calls.
Dude, I'm just glad. I'm just glad you called, man, because I know I've been really focused on YouTube, man.
I know. So we should probably catch up if we do tomorrow, if you're down for that. At least for a little bit or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I might be able to.
I don't know what time you're doing the whole deal.
Because that'll be from 6 to 7:30, and then after that, I'm not. After that, I'm not too sure. I might be able to hang out for a little bit or something, but.
But do you want to pull it up maybe after that? 6 or 7:30 about that time, or maybe 8 because I don't know what time you get back.
I can't promise anything though. I can't promise anything. No promises.
Just an idea out there, right?
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you throwing it out there, brother. I do.
Yeah, Tyler was actually the guy, so.
Hell yeah. I might find a way to hang out tomorrow at some point, but I'm not gonna. I just can't promise anything that I'm not too sure if I'm gonna be able to keep it. If I do hang out, I'll probably only hang out for like maybe an hour.
We could even stop by your place if you have to have us do that.
Oh yeah, whatever works best. I could even stop by if you guys are gonna be chilling at Tylord's for a bit before even going out. I could probably hang out with you guys at Tylord's place or something for like an hour. And then you guys could go play pool, do your thing. I haven't been to the Coney in a while. I might consider it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so on the fence about it. I think I've just been maybe a little stressed out lately. Is probably my deal, but I think that's why I'm so all over the place.
Well, just keep us updated, man.
Dude, I
That'd be tomorrow.
got to 7,300 subs.
Fuck, I know. Actually, me and Tyler were in the. He was watching your live stream that other day, and you were at like 6,000, like really close, getting close.
Yep,
You're
now
like 30 away, I think.
and dude, now I'm even closer to 10,000 than I've ever been, dude. I'm almost to 10,000, dude.
You can taste that shit.
And so I've just been reacting to videos. I've been reacting to everything that's been going on in
I know,
Minnesota.
I've been seeing some of that stuff. Yeah, Minnesota's crazy, dude. We were just, me and Tyler were just talking about that.
You guys going to the Turning Point event?
It's coming up at the Egyptian, I think, what, this Saturday?
Thursday, 29th.
Oh, Thursday. Ooh,
29th.
I should be there.
So I ended up, my buddy TJ got me a ticket because I wasn't sure if I was going to go, but I want to go.
I should be going because I think if I help out around the theater or something, they let me in, I think.
Hell yeah.
I should
And
be going.
there's going to be also a lot of woke people that are going to be protesting the event, unfortunately. I'm probably gonna get there early on that date, and I'm gonna actually just record. I'm gonna live stream the woke people for a little bit and be like, "Hey, woke people."
Yeah, there's gonna be definitely some stuff, and hopefully there's like a lot of police around just to have it, just in case something weird happened.
Oh, Jack's Cab Confessions, by the way, my boy Jack's Cab just said Garza is a hot commodity. One of my favorite YouTubers, like and sub.
But it should be. Hopefully everything turns out well, and just little, debates and nothing else.
Yeah, I'm just probably gonna go there, and if they, I'm just gonna let them know that I'm Trump sexual, and that honestly Charlie Kirk was my hero, and I'm Trump sexual, dude. So like, if they're gonna be, the fact that they're calling him a bigot and a fascist, dude, pisses me off so much. Like he was the least he was the least fascist person in my opinion. He was actually probably one of the more accepting dudes that I've ever seen. Like, sure, he would call college kids a little bit dumb, but that's college kids are dumb, so it's kind of par for the course.
Sometimes it is. Unfortunately.
Sometimes a spade's a spade, man.
You gotta clean your room, you kids.
Gotta clean your room, Jordan Peterson. I'm Jordan. I just want to cry when I think about the fact that I've got mushrooms growing on my closet. Oh man. But brother, yeah, I'll see what I could do tomorrow. I'll tell you all because once we're done at around 7:30, because it could end sooner than that, or it could get out a little bit later than that. I'll see where you guys are at. If you guys are already at the Coney, I'll probably just meet you guys at the Coney. If you guys are still at Ty Lord's place, I'll just meet you guys at Ty Lord's place for a bit. And then, like I said, I probably won't be hanging out like super long or anything, but probably would only hang out for just a little bit. Because like I said, I've been really, really focused on the whole YouTube thing. So I've just been like balls to the wall, reacting to everything I can, kicking butt in any way I can. So just, I don't know, man. Trying to see what I could pull off.
Badass, man. Badass. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, brother. Anyway, thanks for the invite tomorrow. I'll see what I could pull off. I'll see what I could pull off tomorrow, and yeah, just let me know where you guys. If I'll just text you and be like, "Yo, where are you guys at?" And we'll see where we go from there.
All right, yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll catch you later, brother. And tell Ty Lord he's and tell Ty Lord he's sexy.
Is he not in there no more?
Oh no, I'm just saying, just let Ty Lord know he's sexy. He's gonna hear it. He's gonna hear it on the YouTube stream anyway. Do you guys want to? If you guys get bored, I'm reacting to a bunch of Minnesota shit, all the crazy shit that's happening in Minneapolis. So,
hey, don't put me in with those guys. I'm not with those group. I'm not with that group. I'm just like the Vikings, but that's it.
The Minnesota Wokings.
Oh fuck.
The Wokelings, the Minnesota Wokelings.
Minnesota's fucked up.
Dude, Minnesota not only has a shitty football team right now. Yeah, Minnesota's on fire right now, dude. Minnesota's straight up on fire. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Minnesota's fucked, dude. It's fucked.
So much shit going on.
All right, man. Well, hey, I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, later.
All right, love you, man. Bye.
Love you, brother. Later.
All right, that was my boy Antoine. Might do a little bit of pool tomorrow after I'm done doing DJ bingo stuff. Not too sure yet. That's going to be dope, though. Actually, I haven't played pool in a while. I might get a couple games in if I do. But yeah, I've been balls to the wall doing YouTube, so it's like I've been trying to get to 10,000 subs as quickly as I can, and it's been an interesting ride, I'll tell you. But we're going to keep reacting to a little Asman Gould, and I'm going to eat in front of you guys as well. So I'm going to eat my slop. I'm going to eat my AI food. I got my AI-generated food that I'm eating. And I'm going to eat my AI-generated food in front of you.
I mean, that would be bad. That would be very bad. But I think that if you allow, the more that you allow...
This is crazy.
The more that you allow people that are violent and lawbreakers to do whatever they want, the more people feel like they're going to have to take the law into their own hands. That's what's going to happen. And so the more that you allow things...
And here's the thing. The more chaotic this gets, there's going to be people who are going to be forced to defend themselves. Because, for example, if I'm driving an SUV down in Minnesota... If I'm driving an SUV down in Minnesota and somebody thinks that I'm ICE because I have an SUV and they try to break into my car, I have no other choice but to F them up. Because they're trying to not only break into my car and harm me, I have no other choice but to harm them for trying to harm me. It's that simple. If you're being harmed, you have to bite back. Simple as that, man.
To become chaotic, things will continue to deteriorate, and you will have counter-protesters. You might have somebody bring a bomb to something like this. It'll just continue getting worse. Just retarding out? Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy for people to go out there and make a... Oh, here we go. These are criminals.
Yeah, it is wild, man. And by the way, yes. These are criminals. They're rioters and they're criminals. Rioters, criminals. Rioters/criminals.
Criminals, right? Not protesters. Yeah, obviously. Like, this is what I'm saying, is that whenever you see things like this, and some people are trying to say, oh, well, this is your First Amendment right. I'm pretty sure your First Amendment right isn't to...
No, your First Amendment right is to speak. Freedom of speech. Last time I checked, throwing rocks through a hotel window is not speech. Vandalizing cars is not speech. And harming people is not a form of speech. So that is not a First Amendment right to start... Dude, do these people understand... Like, this? See, this is why I can't stand the woke people. And I'll tell you why I can't stand the woke people. Is because they think words are violence, and that violence is words. I'm going to repeat myself. I want you guys to listen to this. Woke people believe that words are violence, and they also believe that violence is words. So they think that if they're being violent and throwing things through freaking glass, these people are too stupid. This is why I don't vote Democrat, people. This is why I can never vote Democrat. Because the people who vote Democrat are typically dumber than a box of freaking rocks that they're throwing through these hotel windows.
To take a snow shovel and smash the fucking letters off of a business's fucking sign. I'm pretty sure you can't do... That's not in the Constitution here. It's not in the Bill of Rights. That you've made this one up. Oh my God. Look at all this. Reopen the asylums. Yes, this is crazy, isn't it? That's not the...
See, this is... And, you know, people always say January 6th, January 6th, January 6th. And then I see this and I'm like, you know what? How about every blue city in America is like this? You know, January 6th is nothing compared to what is happening right now currently in Minnesota. The left is doing the left is known for destruction more than anything. The left tears shit down. It doesn't build shit up. The left is the party of the complainer. The left is the party of the agitator. The left is the party of corruption. The left is the party of bullshit collectivism. It's stupid. Somebody's going to have to fix that sign. Somebody has to end up fixing that sign.
Somebody says in chat, that's not the First Amendment. Gentlemen, I want you to look right now. This is not the First Amendment. okay? This is, whenever they said peaceful assembly, they did not mean smashing out fucking signs with a snow shovel. I promise you they did not mean this. Look at those 2%ers.
This is insane.
Yes, exactly. And really, I thought this was peaceful. Yeah, also noise disturbance. Yeah, it is a noise
Thank you,
disturbance.
Jack
It's
Scab's
insane.
confession. I
And,
love you,
let's
Jack
see if
Scab. I
can
appreciate
find,
you,
we
Brody.
already saw this before. There's
You're the
this
man.
one too, and then this is from a while ago. But yeah, obviously this is what should happen. Are they lighting fireworks?
Oh, jeez.
They're shooting fireworks at a building. I mean, like, there's no really way anything would catch on fire. But, like, there's a reason why shit like this is against the law. It's because it could catch on fire. Dench, I know. It's so retarded, isn't it? This is unbelievable, but
Yeah,
there's
this is
so many
crazy.
people out here advocating for this shit. It's unreal. I'm shocked. Put gasoline on it? Yeah. Fireworks can't melt steel beams. Bro, imagine, dude, that guy. You picked the wrong day, huh? Wow. Literally shooting fireworks at the building. Not a single cop in sight. So you see all of this stuff.
Yeah, this is insanity. This is what
going
insanity
absolutely
looks
fucking chaotic, and they have nobody here. The rioters trashed a hotel. The windows are broken. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is the last one.
like. No way.
This is
Wait, are they just stealing a vending machine? Or are they just stealing a refrigerator with refreshments in it? Oh, and they're at a hotel, it looks like, by the way. Give me a few moments. Okay, Daddy's back.
like the scene in Tarzan where the gorillas find the instruments. Yeah. And you see they're trying to push their way in.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, like, you gotta put this guy in jail, man. You can't do this.
You weak bitch! You weak bitch!
Honestly, like, they should just go and pepper spray these people.
Let him through! Let him through! Let him through! Let him through!
I do find it to be funny that they only really needed one police officer to keep all of these people out of the building. And if you look at the guy, that's a pretty big guy. It is. Just one guy. A huge guy, yeah.
This is insane. Like I said, this is always, it just blows my mind. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised anymore. Minnesota is totally cooked. I think we all know that Minnesota is basically screwed at this point. Minneapolis is fucked.
Man, security? No, it's at Minnesota Police. Look, they're trying to take the sign off. Breaking out the window.
If you guys can, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. If you are tired of woke people ruining everybody's lives, please subscribe. If you think that ICE is necessary at this point, please subscribe. If you have Minnesota fatigue, if you have Minnesota fatigue, please, for the love of God, subscribe to the channel. We need you and we want you. Let's go.
Oh man, look at him go! Look at him go! Remember, this is like it's like the 10 Commandments with Passover. It's the St. Paul Police, is that right? Yeah, all hail the First Amendment. It allows me to break windows when I'm angry. That's right, guys. And so these absolute fucking animals just went totally crazy on this. They went insane. So I've seen all this stuff happen.
It's crazy people, dude. Crazy ass people. Crazy ass people, straight up.
Laugh out loud.
And it's just nuts. Like, really, I don't know what's going on about.
Thank you for subscribing. CNR Excursion, I appreciate the subscribe. Thank you very much. It does help the channel grow in a lot of different ways, so I appreciate the subscribe, my man. You're the man now, dog. I appreciate you.
This at all. And that's because they don't really want the smoke. They just want to cause trouble. Yeah, I guess so. They all need a good 25 years. I think at least maybe a couple of them needs to spend some serious time in jail. Absolutely. Because if you don't let people, if you don't let a suspect just fled from DHS agents in a vehicle, crashed into a pole. Wait, what?
No way. Really? Let's take a look.
And attempted to barricade themselves inside a health clinic?
Yeah.
What? So they just
mentally ill Minnesota. I repeat, mentally ill Minnesota. Minnesotans are just mentally ill at this point. We're all laughing at you, Minnesota. We're not laughing with you. We are laughing at you, Minnesota.
They are allowing the country or their city to turn into an absolute PvP server. I swear to God, people have better decorum on GTA RP. This is unreal. How do you act this way? Really? I mean, this is crazy. Full retard. I know. Was it a real health clinic? I mean, probably not. Yeah, so nobody was actually injured. That's a great point. This is our Border Patrol being targeted at their hotel in Minneapolis, surrounded, blocked in, glass smashed, people trying to force their way inside. This is not a protest. This is an attack on law enforcement. Oh, this is a video from outside. Look at him, man. Jesus. And they're shining lights up there?
Yeah, this is really crazy.
They're trying to make it as unpleasant and annoying as possible. Oh, wow. Look at everything. They totally tore this place up. I mean, this is going to be thousands of dollars in repairs.
Yeah.
It is. Wait, oh, they're just breaking out. They're... Honestly, this is pathetic. ICE is out of control, bro. Get them out of Minnesota? Absolutely not. If they do that, if they end up taking any of them out by like capitulating at all, these people, what you're going to do is you've just taught them that their strategy works. And if they do that, it's one of the biggest mistakes that they can make. I think that they have to just go as hard as they possibly can. Bernie's wrong. Oh, Bernie, I don't understand this at all. Like, I really don't. I mean, Bernie Sanders used to be advocating against open borders. worse. So how are ICE this terrible thing if they're getting rid of the people that have come into the country? No more warrantless arrests. Who's saying that's happening? No more stopping people based on race. Oh, here we go. Qualified immunity for ICE. You can't have law enforcement without qualified immunity. It's just about depending on where it begins and ends. Unmask ICE and requires clear identification. Why even have them without masks? There's no reason for that. I think they should have identification, but it shouldn't be tied to their name. In detentions and deportations of U.S. citizens, none of this is happening on purpose. Investigate and prosecute every single DHS officer who broke the law and require DHS to cooperate with cities and states.
I don't know, man. I honestly think that ICE is doing the right thing. I think that ICE is. I'm on track with ICE, dude. I'm pro ICE. The only thing I'm not pro ICE on is the whole the Alex Preddy situation. Alex Preddy was murdered, in my opinion, and it's pretty tough to change my mind at this point. I'm very saddened by what happened to Alex, and the ICE agent who shot him, or whatever agent shot him, needs to go on trial. And I think he should get jail time. That Alex was on his back. Alex was not on his back, sorry. He was on his hands and knees. He was not able to truly fight back. So shooting him in the back was the wrong move. It was unethical. You don't shoot a man in the back when he clearly can't defend himself. It was like 4 or 5 dudes against one. So what's happening is insane. It really is insane what's happening in Minnesota, man. I don't even know what else to say. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, though, if you guys can. If you guys want Vance and if you guys want JD Vance as the president in 2028, I hope you guys choose to subscribe because we love JD Vance. We think he's the man on this channel. But tap the subscribe button; it really helps us a lot.
It's investing immigration agents who broke the law. Yeah, I mean, this is just This is such a inversion of logic to me. Like, whenever you're focusing on, instead of all of the illegal aliens that are in the country, you're getting mad at, instead of that, the people that are trying to get rid of them. Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy.
How would seeing their face help identify them on the spot? It wouldn't. The only reason why they want to see someone's face is so they can find out, like, why are the rioters... Here's a great question. Why were all the people in this video wearing masks? Why were they all wearing masks? Well, I think everybody knows why. It's because they don't want to get arrested later on whenever somebody identifies their face and sees who they are. The reason why they want ICE agents to not wear masks is so they can dox the ICE agents and then attack their families. That is absolutely the reason. They want to systematically...
Oh, without a doubt. Asman is 100% right on this. Because Antifa, by the way, Antifa's a piece of shit. E.T., I'm not doing that face. E.T., I am not doing that face. I want to make that very clear. I refuse to do that face. So, E.T., one more time. I am not doing that face. Got it? I refuse to do that face.
Terrorize these people into not upholding the law. That is what their goal is. Because, again, ICE should be identifiable. They should have a number. And the number should correlate to a name in an internal database. So that way you do have accountability. Because they are right that you have to have accountability. If you don't have accountability and you have the police going around shooting and hurting people, that literally is Gestapo. That's what they used to.
But yeah, the reason that the ICE agents wear masks is because the creeper Antifa people were doxing their locations, these ICE agents' locations, and trying to harm their family. So the Antifa is so stupid. Like the Antifa, I call them they're a violent gang at this point. Antifa is a violent gang, and they're just trying to make people's lives worse. Antifa is a bullshit collectivist group that deserves to go down because the sad part is they don't actually, Antifa doesn't actually hate fascists. They want to be the fascists. Antifa doesn't hate Nazis. They want to be the Nazis. The problem with collectivists is that they're all about projection and daddy issues. And the truth is, it's all fucking daddy issues at this point.
to do. That is the secret police. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. But at the same time, you also can't go and say these people should reveal their face so every fucking psycho on the internet can spread their information around in these groups that are being gassed up by apparently government officials. And then I think what's happening with a lot of these signal leaks, because we've seen a lot of the signal leaks so far, and it's continuously, tell that to Brian Crafton. I mean, I don't care about Brian. I mean, it's not about him. It's like, why is Brian not arrested? Like, whenever you're openly soliciting people's information like that, trying to find out who they are, then, yeah, and this is after he disseminated more information in the past. They should have banned him. Really, they should have. Like, anybody who's going out there doing that for law enforcement officers, that's literally a felony. It is. It's just, it's not even a question. I mean, it's not.
Yep. I mean, this is wild to me. This really is wild to me. Let's take a look and see what I can find. Let's see what Tim Walz is doing. Let's look up Timothy frickin' Walz, the worst governor of all time. So Trump had a good call with Tim Walz? Okay. Oh, we got Tim Walz, an interview with Tim Walz, the GOAT, dude.
Spoke by phone today with President Donald Trump, the first direct communication the two have had since...
NPR. I love how it's called NPR. Obviously, it's a play on NPR, Minnesota press release. News. Here's the thing. This sounds like a leftist news organization. As always, this guy looks like a cuck.
Minnesota
Tim Walz
became
looks
the
like a
focus
cuck.
of the administration's immigration crackdown. President Trump described it as a very good call and says he seems to be on the same wavelength as Governor Walz. We'll turn now to Governor Tim Walz for his first one-on-one media interview in quite some time, and definitely.
I don't think anybody's on the same. I don't think anybody's on the same wavelength
Clay,
as
thanks
Tim
for
Walz.
having me. And to Minnesota,
Tim Walz
one
sucks.
of the things is making sure that we're working for Minnesotans' safety, and working with the administration is challenging. I think folks know, but I would characterize.
I think working with you is challenging, Tim Walz. Nobody wants to work with you, dude. You're the worst.
Along with the president, I think it was productive.
Yeah, so let's start with that call. I understand that you initiated it. Is that correct?
We asked for it a while back, and this was the time they came through. I got a early morning call from the president's chief of staff, who we have been communicating with regularly, several times a day, myself or my team speaking with
Tim Walz really does need to resign. Tampon Tim, just resign, dude. Can you just resign? Tim Walz, you got to do the right thing, man. Resign. Just resign. We're all tired of you. We have Tim Walz fatigue. We have Minnesota fatigue. We have all sorts of fatigue, especially Tim Walz fatigue for sure. The more I see of Tim Walz, the more I just want to throw up. This guy just makes me sick to my stomach, man. Tim Walz is just, I find him to be repugnant, repulsive. It's his attitude, his schwarmy attitude. He just seems so schwarmy. And Tim Walz has allowed his state to burn. He's allowed his state to burn, and I hope he feels good about himself. I really do. Tim Walz, I hope you feel good about yourself, man, for watching your state burn, because you're a POS, dude. You're a POS.
With Susie Wiles, and she said the president wants to speak with you, and they called back in to us, and we spoke for about 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes.
Did the president make any firm commitments that the course of this immigration operation will change?
Well, I asked two things were clear. First of all, I asked that we have a fair and independent investigation into the murder of both Renee Good and Alex.
You guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button, though. The more people who subscribe, the better. If you have the Minnesota fatigue like I do, don't forget to subscribe, because I think we all have Minnesota fatigue, and I think and if you want Tim Walz to resign, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys want Tim Walz to resign, because we're done with Minnesota. We're done with Tim Walz. Tim Walz, you just got to step down, bro. You just got to step down.
Got to step down. We have to be able to do that. And he said, we'll look at that. We'll take a look at that. And I said, we just have to reduce these numbers. We started out with that, and he pledged that, look, I'm going to send Tom Holman in. We'll do things differently. He explained to me how he thought it was very successful in Louisiana, very successful in Louisville, which I shared with him, but ICE did not shoot anybody there, and the presence was much smaller and much more targeted, like they were doing.
By the way, the reason that ICE didn't shoot anybody there is because nobody was probably giving them crap. Like, here's the problem. With how crazy a lot of these Minnesotans were acting towards ICE, with how crazy, like I said, with how crazy the Minnesotans were acting towards ICE, it's no surprise that 2 people eventually got shot. If the people of Minnesota didn't act like ravaged animals towards ICE, none of this would have happened. Did you notice that when ICE does investigations in red states, people comply and nobody gets shot? But when they go to Minnesota, of course, the people of Minnesota freak the fuck out, and they don't let ICE do their lawful investigations. So, yeah, I'm done. I have Tim Walz fatigue. I have Minnesota fatigue. I have pure play Jacob Frey fatigue. I've got Tim Walz fatigue for sure. I'm fatigued by this man.
Work. This is, as we've seen, massive numbers. So it was cordial. I think he understood this. I told him that this is unsustainable, and I said, quite honestly, no one wants this, and I hope that's true. No one wants this.
What about the investigation? I mean, you asked for him to allow state investigators into the fold regarding the deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Macklin Good. What precisely did he say in the response?
He said he would look into it, and he said, look into it. I hear you. We'll look into it.
And what if that doesn't happen?
Well, then we'll keep pushing. I mean, this is, and I want to be very careful here. I don't want to, and one of the reasons that I am staying a little behind the scenes and working constantly on those calls is that part of this is about how you're viewed by this White House. I think the listeners here in Minnesota know that I'm somewhat of a lightning rod for this administration. I certainly don't want to be that, but I've had to be speaking up about the atrocities that we're seeing and pushing.
You're not a lightning rod for the administration. You're just a moron. I'm going to repeat this, Tim Walz. You're not a lightning rod for this administration. You're just stupid, and you allow so much fraud to happen in your state, which was exposed by Nick Shirley, by the way. And then the Trump administration absolutely realized that you're basically harboring tons of illegal immigrants as well. So they had to send ICE in full force to actually be able to arrest the illegal immigrants. So it's as simple as that, brother.
Pushing back. So at this point in time, the president certainly seemed earnest. He pledged to me that we would do this. As I said, we've been in communication over the weekend with his team pretty extensively. I'm understanding now that, and he said he would have Tom Holman in here, and we'll be in touch, I hope, later tonight. I'm understanding that Mr. Bovino and Kristi Noem are no longer going to be here. I would take that a step further. I would hope they're no longer in jobs because they've helped foster this. And we spoke a little bit, and I tried to make the case about Alex. I just spent a set-down hour with his colleagues.
And I noticed that at the beginning of yesterday's press conference and at the end, you brought it back to Alex Preddy. Yes. You also met with some of his coworkers. What do you take out of those conversations?
Yeah, and I made a pledge to his dad, Michael, and mom, Susan, that they said the world saw how he died. Any chance you have a platform to talk how he lived? Look, those ICU nurses at the VA are heroes to begin with. They're traumatized. About a dozen or so of his colleagues came. We sat down for about an hour. They just wanted to tell the story. They said, this is the coworker everybody liked. And they said, and they made, they're in grief, but they made jokes, and they said, I don't know if they'd say that about me, but Alex was the guy who would take your shift for you if you needed. He's the guy who would say, go eat lunch, I'll watch your patient. And they also...
You know what I hate is I hate that Tim Walz tries to act like an everyman Like, he tries to be all like super relatable and stuff. Like he understands hard work. No, Tim Walz is the laziest, incompetent piece of garbage I've ever seen. I can't stand Tim Walz. I really do find him to be. I really do find him to be an incompetent boob. I think that he's just an incompetent man, and I can't stand dudes like him. I'm wreaking havoc on Facebook. Give me 1 second, everybody. It's just too funny, man.
Also talked about his passion around human rights, and they said that he had a moral compass that was rigid, that you had to do the right thing. And while you've heard the story that he was a firearm owner, legal firearms owner, and they said that that was just part of who he was. He liked to shoot and those things, but he was adamant about all the rights that people have, and they just wanted to make sure that that story was told. And I think for these coworkers, it felt like this was just they just said he's one of us. He feels so Minnesotan, an outdoor guy, a mountain biker, likes to shoot.
God, Tim Walz, stop it. I hate it when Tim Walz tries to relate to people, because it just feels fake. Everything about Tim Walz just feels utterly fake. I feel like he's a theater kid. He's like one of those theater kids that got into politics, you know? Increasingly incompetent, but somehow got into the world of politics, right? And that's the craziest part about this, man. Minnesotans. But yeah, I think a lot of us have straight up Minnesota fatigue, and I think it makes sense. I think it absolutely makes sense to have Minnesota fatigue at this point, because I have plenty of Minnesota fatigue right now. Yeah. People of Minnesota are out of their mind.
Firearms, but care deeply about rights, and they said there was no way Alex couldn't be out there. He saw the injustice that was happening. He was out there, and they said, when, you know, most of them are traumatized because they saw their friend's death in real time, but they said the minute that the ICE agent pushed the woman, they knew that Alex would step between. And I think they knew that he would have never thought for his own safety or anything. His instincts as an ICU nurse and as who he was as a person stepped in.
But, you know, Alex Preddy, man, he deserved better in this situation. I think what happened to Alex was terrible, and the agent who shot him is absolutely in the wrong. I don't think ICE agents should have lethal weapons. I think they should only have stun weapons at this point. I think that's about the extent of it. That's really what I believe there. But yeah, the whole situation just feels crazy as hell. You know what I mean? It just feels too wild. Doesn't feel real sometimes. That's what I think.
In between. So I think as Minnesotans, and I would echo that we haven't had time to grieve Renee Good. We've heard so much about her. This really does come about our humanities. This is not about border security. It's not about, what's being done. We've laid out the case that we do the right thing. We don't want criminals here, but we also recognize that someone coming here to find a better life should be treated with dignity, that Americans shouldn't be fearing for their lives to go out of their house just because of the color of their skin.
Here's the thing. By the way, Tim Walz, you're the one who's spreading that propaganda. The problem is, ICE, just to let you know, ICE has actually followed the playbook pretty well. It's you who has been fanning the flames. You were the one turning Minnesotans against ICE, you idiot. You were the one calling them the Gestapo, for example. You're just a moron, dude. You're just a flat-out moron.
And the atrocities we're seeing, and I think Donald Trump understands it too. That horrific scene that played out on Saturday morning.
Laugh out loud.
You could tell there was no profession.
Thank you for subscribing, Gregory. I appreciate it big time, man. Hey, to anybody out there, if you guys can, tap the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're really trying to push ourselves out there on YouTube to the best of our ability, and we're seeing what we could pull off. We'll see what we could do.
Professionalism to that. You could tell that this seemed personal for some reason, that running across and pushing people. And then I hope that we finally maybe broke the fever. The explanation from Kristi Noem was so far off that I think maybe this is what broke it.
I do want to circle back to, in your response a moment ago about the conversation about Greg Bovino. Did the president offer then to remove him then?
No.
Because, okay.
No, he didn't offer to remove him, but I just said, your folks out here have no handle on this. There is no plan. This is not ICE enforcement. This is not targeted work. We've done that together. Look, if we have someone here who, whether they are documented or not, if they're a criminal.
Every time I hear Tim Walz speak, though, dude, it just, if I had a vagina and I had to listen to Tim Walz speak for more than 5 minutes, I would be dry as fuck. My pussy would be dry if I had to listen to Tim Walz for more than 5 seconds. That's all I gotta say. Tim frickin' Walz, dude. Walls on my balls. Get it. No, if I had a vagina, though, dude, my pussy would be dry if I had to listen to Tim Walz, dude. If I had to listen to that nincompoop, give me a few seconds. I need a glass of water. If I'm gonna be listening to Tim frickin' Walz any further, I am going to need a glass of frickin' water. Hold on. Tim Walz, man.
we work with our federal partners to get them off the streets. And I think the local media did a wonderful job of showing this. They're out there like grandstanding, taking credit for people that we arrested a long time ago. Just do the right job. This is nothing like that. And I think what's happened, and again, I'll let your listeners make up their own mind. Whether it was morality or bad optics and poll numbers, whatever has happened here, there is a definite change of tone. There is definitely a more collaborative tone. I want to make...
The problem is your poll numbers were bad. Tim Walz, you started to realize that you couldn't handle the situation because you basically told all the Minnesotans that ICE is the Gestapo. And when you plant that imagery in their heads, they're going to start thinking it's justified to attack these ICE agents. That's the problem here. You planted the seed, Tim Walz. You planted the seed. You fricking dink.
Sure that I'm not jeopardizing that I'm going to take them for their word right now, that they're going to reduce this force. They're going to let us be part of a fair investigation. And these people, if it turns out that they're charged.
I need more bread. If I want to deal with this shit, I need more bread.
They should come back to Minnesota and stand trial.
Now, I do want to ask you, are you planning to talk to Tom Homan, a top border and immigration advisor to the president? Is there a main message that you'll communicate to
Yes,
him?
get these folks out of here now. Go back to targeted immigration enforcement. Don't pick the 28th state that has the most undocumented folks versus those. Go to where it is and coordinate with us. We're willing to work with you on a task force. We always...
By the way, Tim Walz, you guys have been harboring illegal immigrants like crazy. Are you kidding me? Did you guys say that you're the 28th ranked? You guys don't even know how many undocumented people you have because they're undocumented. Are you kidding me? And it's pretty obvious that you guys have an undocumented immigrant problem in Minnesota. I'm sorry, but dude, Tim Walz, we're not buying your bullshit, dude. We are not buying your bullshit.
Always have. We're willing to continue. And as I think, again, I praise local media on this. The false information they're putting out, and I got to believe this. As governor, you don't know what all your agencies are doing. You trust people telling you. I don't think President Trump knew that we honored detainers from folks leaving prison. I truly don't believe. And I think once he heard that from me, he's like, well, that's helpful. So I think now maybe the president's saying, look, I don't know if Minnesota's, not what we were saying they were doing. They actually are doing it.
Taking a look at Congress right now, should the Senate Democrats allow that federal government funding bill to advance this
Absolutely
week?
not.
Here's a problem. My trust for Tim Walz is basically zero. So I feel like Tim Walz is lying to us. I think, because here's the thing, I don't trust Tim Walz as far as one could throw him. I think he's lying to President Trump. I think he's lying to this radio show host. I think he's lying to us all. Tim Walz is lying to us, bro. Tim frickin' Walz is a liar. In my opinion.
Absolutely not. And I want to thank Senator Smith and Klobuchar, who were very early here, Senator Schumer, Senator Murphy, just others who have called me, Senator Padilla, all have called and committed to that. Absolutely not. They've got $70 billion already. This is what happens. We created an amassed, unmarked, unregulated, untrained personal army that was out there, and this was the inevitable end of it. So, no, put the guardrails around this, hold them accountable. I would also encourage that that Secretary Noem needs to be brought in front of Congress and answer for what she did here, and hold out on this. If the Republicans do this right, take the other spending bills, separate them out, and hold this one up.
Now, I do want to note that as we've been talking, the Associated Press reports that Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino and some agents are expected to leave Minneapolis tomorrow. That's according to AP sources there.
That is really good news, and I will acknowledge it here. That is the president following through, apparently, with our conversation.
So Republicans have said that your rhetoric is overheated and your comparisons to Nazi Germany are not helpful. You mentioned Anne Frank yesterday during that press conference. Do you see a role in dialing down the rhetoric in the state and in the country?
Look, I've been very clear about peaceful protesting. I've also been very clear since January that this type of extrajudicial or non-judicial type of activities are unacceptable. I see a strong parallel to the way these people are acting. I do know, and I want to thank, I think, Chris Medell stepping out of this governor's race. I want to note that the other candidates immediately blamed me and parroted Kristi Noem's language. I've never said anything like that, but I don't know if you watch that video, if you wouldn't come up with a comparison that these people are acting in a manner that is reflective of that time. I just have to use language that I think fits, that I can describe. It certainly wasn't law enforcement. It certainly wasn't callous behavior. It was the state, and in this case, the state being the federal government, killing an American citizen while they exercise their First Amendment rights. So I think if you're searching for people who are to blame here, it's pretty clear that that these ICE agents and the directive that they were receiving from Kristi Noem and Greg Bovino are at the top of that list.
Might seem like a...
I don't know. I blame you, Tim Walz. I'm pointing the finger 100% at you, Tim Walz. 100% at Tim Walz. Tim Walz, man. This guy's got a lot of nerve. Tim Walz has a lot of nerve, man. To the point where I can't even watch this guy. You know what? I'm done watching Tim Walz. I'm so sick of this guy. I'm sick of him, man. The more I look at Tim Walz, the more I want to throw up in my mouth, dude. Oh shit, we got a live demonstration,
Go to
really.
website you love.
It's live right now. Anything can happen. Holy crap. Let's see. So this is the Associated Press live. I'm typing in the chat, ice rocks, I love ice. I'm typing on the AP Associated Press one. Well, this is kind of boring. Nothing exciting here. Well, at least nothing exciting from what I can tell. Yeah, Minnesota's cooked. This is live from the Associated Press. Kind of dope. Prayers for ice, man. Absolutely. Prayers for ice, man.
This is a test of the long-range acoustic device LRAD. 1, 2, 3.
What are they, dude? What are they doing? Come on, man. Dude, I'm so sick of woke people. Woke people are terrible.
My name is Lieutenant Eric Meisick with the Minnesota State Patrol. Due to your unlawful conduct and threat to public safety, I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. You are in violation of Minnesota State Statute 609.7.
Finally, the police are getting involved. Finally.
I am now issuing a public safety order to
About
disperse
frickin' time, dude.
and order all those assembled at the Residence Inn off of Village Drive to immediately disperse and cease your unlawful behavior.
You gotta disperse and your unlawful behavior. Everybody in Minnesota just sounds like such a beta wimp.
Which means leave the area peacefully. If you do not do so, you will be subject to arrest or subject to other police
Beta.
action. Other police action could include the use of chemical agents and the use of crowd control tactics or less lethal devices, which may inflict significant pain or result in serious injury. Following routes of dispersal are available. Please leave to the south or southeast toward Padlock. You have 1 minute to disperse.
Dude. These people are insane, dude. These woke people are just insane. Tons of wokies.
Continue to obstruct, resist, or interfere with police officers. You'll be in violation of Minnesota State Statute 609.50.
That lady's insane.
Obstructing the legal process, which is additional crime. Thank you.
Look at all these woke people, dude. So many woke people. All just being super woke. What is happening now? This is unbelievably insane. It's a train wreck and I can't look away. It's a train wreck. Can't look away, man.
Vistaprint prints everything to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts.
So it looks like there's I think those are those ICE agents that are in the Marriott, probably? They're just looking down at all the woke people in Minnesota. Yeah, honestly, these people are rioters at the end of the day, and they're trying to commit violence to the ICE agents. I say arrest them all. Just arrest them at this point. Arrest them all. Oh, you guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys can. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways, so just the simple act of tapping the subscribe button really, really helps. A lot, actually. It helps quite a bit. So anything you guys could do to help, I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's keep watching.
You are now under arrest. Please sit down and wait for instruction.
Oh, shit. These people are going to get arrested. They wouldn't leave. They were warned several times. And I think the problem is, and here's the thing, I think Minnesota police realize that these people are not protesters at this point. They should be labeled as rioters because these people have been doing nothing but agitating ICE officers, throwing rocks through windows in buildings, and being total pieces of garbage. So yeah, I say arrest the hell out of these woke people. Arrest all these crazy people. Wow, this is really wild, man.
Press.
Holy
Oh, no,
crap.
side of the line, please. Careful, icy here. Yep, come on, buddy, you're good. Careful, icy.
I am so sick of hearing those stupid whistles, though. Do you guys hear those whistles in the background? They're just, it sounds like the really loud rape whistles, basically. So fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm so sick of the wokes. The woke people are a joke at this point. And I don't trust the wokies, man. The wokies.
Faggot bitches that come on, bring that faggot ass down. Time to go, bud. You're gonna end up in jail too. No time to go.
Oh, dude. That person was going pretty ham, dude. Yes. Oh, these people are crazy. There's gonna be somebody's gonna get shot, unfortunately. I don't want that to happen, but it's probably gonna happen. Sadly, it is sadly probably gonna happen. Yep. This is wild.
I don't need one.
This dude's a loser. See this dude?
I don't know why you acting tough like you need to protect them.
This dude is a loser right here. Total. He's a woke. This guy's a woke loser. Woke loser. Crazy. What a punk, dude. That guy sucks. The guy that's yelling at the police officers like, "Why you protecting us, yo? Why you protecting us, yo?" God, that guy sucks so much. That guy's lame as hell. Yeah, some of these people are just too lame for their own good, man. That's the way I see it. Absolutely. 100. No, it's exciting, though. This is interesting stuff to see. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening anymore, man. I don't even know. God, there's a lot of stupid woke shit. Let's go. Okay, my brony brothers. Sorry about that. Okay, so obviously Minnesota's gay. We don't really care about Minnesota. I'm not going to lie, it is kind of fun to watch the train wreck that is Minnesota. Minnesota's just too out of hand, man. What else we got? All right, pretty shooting. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Looking for tax help?
This was uploaded about 4 hours ago, it looks like. Let's take a look.
They get to know your unique situation.
These changes in tone and leadership and changes in leadership on the ground come as the White House sees growing Republican concerns and potential backlash. GOP senators and governors calling for a full investigation into Alex Preddy's death and also some questioning ICE tactics.
Minnesota's totally cooked, by the
Rob
way.
Olson joining us to talk
Minnesota's
about this.
absolutely
Rob, you had a
cooked.
sit-down
Are you
interview
kidding
with
me?
Senator Amy Klobuchar today.
You know they are.
Who is saying that videos of this have had a very strong influence on her Republican colleagues.
Yeah, very much so. Senator Klobuchar called the last day or so a sea change and did tell me it's a number of videos that have captured Alex Preddy's death and how they appear to clearly contradict what Homeland Security had claimed had happened so quickly. That really reverberated with a lot of her colleagues from the other side of the aisle, that she's heard some concerns from Republicans prior to Saturday about ICE tactics, but now she said those have gotten much louder, much more public, very quickly, and she's noticed in her own discussions with White House officials that they very much took note.
So the pushback yesterday was intense. Finally, we had some Republican senators, House members, gun owners, the NRA, some local legislators saying enough. We need a transparent investigation, but a number of them saying this is not okay. Police chiefs in Minnesota and across the country. And I think that has gotten to a pitched level. So what we've been seeing for weeks has finally made it in a big way into the White House.
Had you been hearing any of that GOP concern prior to Saturday? Had it been starting to bubble up?
I had some discussions with Republican senators, so some of it was out there.
Give me 1 second, you guys. We're back on the map. Let's
honestly, I think yesterday was a breaking point.
And Rob, among the Republican backlash, Republican defense attorney Chris Maddle, who said he will no longer be running for governor in Minnesota. What do you know about that?
Yeah, that was kind of a bombshell this morning. Maddle posted a 10-minute video on social media today announcing he is dropping from the governor's race. He said it's got nothing to do with Amy Klobuchar potentially running, but he did say that national Republicans have instead made it nearly impossible for any Minnesota Republican to win a statewide election. He called the ICE surge also a disaster, with U.S. citizens carrying papers.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. If I was living in Minnesota, I would be more pissed at the Democrats. Tim Walz has made a mockery of his own state. And I think Tim Walz needs to resign. I think Tim Walz resigning would be the most honorable thing he could do. Step down, Tim Walz. Just step down, bro. Just step down. Nobody likes Tim Walz. Tim Walz is a very frustrating human being. And, yeah. We're just tired of Tim Walz, man. We're done with Tim. Tampon Tim, dude. Tampon Tim. Hell yeah, Tampon Tim, man. See, I think a lot of people are pretty much done with it and done with it. Tim Walz is just a frustrating man. Just comply. Yeah, exactly. People, you know, if a lot of these people would have complied, there would have been less problems. Absolutely. Let's just look up Minnesota riots.
Shakur Stevenson, The Ring 6.
All right, let's take a look. You're all under arrest, it says. This is insane. You know, whatever you think of ICE, you know, if you don't like ICE, I totally get it. That's totally, I get it. I don't understand how you can like this, though. This is not a protest. This is a riot. This is vandalism. This is chaos run amok. And it's people... It is people who are ideologically driven and are out to make the world a worse place. These people, these woke people out here, they're out to make the world a worse place. They're not out to make anything better. They're out to make it worse, is all I'm trying to say. And let's keep watching. Let's keep going. What the frick is happening here? This really is insane. What the F? This is Minnesota, people. This is Minnesota. These are crazy people. The people outside of this Hilton hotel, these are all crazy woke people. These are not activists. These are not protesters. These are rioters. These are sick people. These are mentally ill people, and hopefully they could get the mental help that they need. This is insanity, man. Was that a flash bomb? That was a flash bomb. Holy crap. Yeah, this is honestly insanity. This is levels of insanity that I'm just kind of like not even too sure about, man. What are you talking about, glutamiaga? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, no, these people are crazy. These leftists are crazy. The ICE agents are actually in the right. The woke people, however, well, the woke people are in the wrong. These people are crazy. They're throwing rocks through windows. Discover Card doesn't seem to think so. Well, that's up to... If Discover Card... By the way, if Discover Card... If Discover Card is on the side of the woke people, that's okay. They can be woke if they want to. I'll continue using Discover Card. What I'm trying to say is I don't like these woke people. Everybody has a right to an opinion. My opinion is this. These woke people are out of their mind. The woke people are out of their mind. And we should at least admit that. If we're all going to be honest, let's all be honest with each other here. These woke people are going way too far. They're vandalizing everything. They're making life worse for everybody else around them. They're just bad people. Are you talking about my Robinhood affiliate link and my... you You talking about my Robinhood affiliate links and my Discover affiliate links? Yeah, I got a large library of live videos. I'm very proud of what I've done. No, I'm proud of what I've accomplished because I'm basically talking out against the woke people. In gluteal myaga or whatever the hell your name is, you can be a bully if you want to be a bully. Feel free to be a bully, but you know what? People like you, glutamyalma, whatever, you're a bully, and bullies don't win in the end. Bullies end up miserable. All right? You're a damn bully. And I'll tell you what. The people in Minnesota, these aren't protesters, they're rioters. And you know what rioters are? Rioters are losers. They're terrible people, and they're just out to vandalize. No, you're a bully. I don't know if you're like low-key trying to threaten me with shit. I don't know what you're trying to imply. What are you trying to imply? Are you trying to say that I don't have the right to have an opinion? Like, what are you saying? I have an opinion. I think these people are woke and crazy. That's my opinion. Whoa. I'm saying that if people are going to vandalize, they deserve to be arrested. If you're vandalizing, I think you're a crazy person. I think you're mentally ill if you're vandalizing. How is that a bad statement? That's a pretty reasonable statement if you ask me. Reasonable.
I'm fine. Sure.
And I'm not even really, like, it's a pretty reasonable opinion. If you are acting crazy and throwing rocks through windows, you're a woke, insane leftist. That's all there is to it.
You're giving comments to the local PD. Do you have any comments to the community, the people that want you out?
So let me get this straight. Now, there's negative and positive consequences in the world. So what sort of consequences do you foresee happening with my opinion? Even though my opinion's perfectly reasonable, by the way, I imagine nothing but positive consequences from my opinions. I imagine that I'll have several positive consequences from my opinions. You know what those consequences will be? One, I'm going to keep growing my YouTube channel. Two, I won't be told what to do by woke people like you. And the more independent I get, the more powerful I get. So gluteal myalga. I just want to let you know that your low-key threats. Oh, okay. Well, either way, glutamyalgia. Your low-key threats are bullshit. You're basically low-key like saying, oh, your words have consequences. What are you implying? Are you implying that I'll lose my livelihood because I have an opinion that differs from the collective? I don't think there's anything wrong with having an opinion that differs from the collective. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Are here specifically because your department is here.
And by the way, I will always have an opinion that differs from the collective. Okay. Well, either way, ass pain. You're a pain in one's ass. Either way, ass pain. I want to let you know that you are an insufferable boob. And you're probably an incompetent bastard. So go to hell.
Worthwhile if you're going to give comment, though, you have comment for the people of Minneapolis.
I have nothing to say. I've been up comment.
Can you tell me what happened to your nose?
No.
Yeah, Minnesota's a shitty state. Like, I'm serious when I say this. Minnesota sucks. Like, I don't understand why people would want to go to Minnesota or live in Minnesota. It's a terrible, terrible state. It's got Tim Walz, who's a very incompetent governor. Jacob Frey is an incompetent mayor. You know, terrible, terrible, man. So, that's the way I see it. Go ahead, gluteal myalgia, whatever. Let them know who my affiliates are. Let them know. Just go ahead and do it. Let them know who my affiliates are. Who are they? Thank you, Dolphin Tactic. You know what? I think I understand what's happening here. You guys just don't like the fact that I'm actually growing in power. You guys just don't like the fact that I'm growing in influence. It scares you because more people agree with me than they agree with you. That's the point. More people agree with me than they agree with you. And that makes you angry. It makes you upset. Makes you pissed. But go ahead. Tell them who my affiliates are. Yeah, Tommy, this gluteal myalgia. No, tell me, who are my affiliates then? Who are my affiliates? Tell me. Who are my affiliates? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Because I have every right to have... Tell me. You say you're so smart. You're acting like you're so tough. But really, in all reality, you're just acting like a punk ass. All right. What? Okay, so who are my affiliates? I don't see the affiliates. Which affiliates are you talking about? Let me know, man, because clearly you know who are my affiliates. Who are they? Well, look, just to be fully transparent, yeah, I'm a part of the Amazon. I'm a part of the Amazon affiliate network as well. Amazon affiliate network is one of my biggest ones. It's one of my biggest clients. So tell me, who are my affiliates? Do you know? Are you Johnny Ray? Who wants to know? Are you Stingray? Who wants to know? Anyway, so I'm going to keep doing what I do. You keep doing what you do. I want to keep reacting because I have every right. I have every right to be the man I want to be. And just because you creepers want to try to ruin people's lives, hell. The Wokonians, dude, this is all woke. This is Wokonia. The woke city of the world. Also, don't forget to send over a super chat, though. The more super chats we get, the better. The more subscribers we get, the better. The more simp subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. But my dong will always be tiny.
Yes, sir.
This is wild, man.
Oh, all the way. Okay, got it.
All under arrest. Sit down. This is the Minneapolis Department. You're all under arrest. Sit down on the ground. This is a law.
They're actually arresting people in Minnesota, finally. This needed to happen a long time ago. They're finally arresting people in Minnesota. This needed to happen ASAP.
You're under arrest.
Get out of here. Get the out of here. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Keep moving. Let's go. Keep moving. Get your ass up. Let's go. I don't care who you are.
Sir, that guy right there, he has a gun over there. That guy? There's a guy over there with a gun.
No, at this point, I'm on the side of the police and I'm on the side of ICE. So I'm pro-ICE, pro-police, and absolutely. Hey, Sam Darnold, dude. Seahawks Super Bowl, man. We did it. I know that you're probably not a Hawks fan, Chris, but I am really stoked right now that the Hawks made the Super Bowl, man. Like, I am beyond amazed and stoked right now. Turns me on. But no, I'm really excited right now. I'm pretty stoked. No, we're on the right path, man. We're on the right path. Yeah, this is wild, man. This is wild. Okay, so why shouldn't I do streams where I walk down the street? Can you give me any particular reason why I do that? Why should I avoid doing streams where I walk down the street? Can you give me an explanation as to why I shouldn't do that? What's up with that? I love doing public streams. So what is the reason I shouldn't do streams where I walk down the street in public? Give me some answers, man. I want to know. What's the big deal there? What is the big deal? I have every right to an opinion, by the way. There are geolocators out there. Okay. And? So wait, if I do a live stream in public, you're saying that people will be able to figure out where I'm at exactly at all times when I go out walking down the streets? Yeah, well, I'm not a Nazi. Just because, by the way, just because you call me a Nazi doesn't make me a Nazi. I want to make sure, I want to make that very clear. Just because you call me a Nazi doesn't mean I'm a Nazi. Also, the reason that you call me a Nazi is not because I am one. It's because you yourself want to be the Nazis. You want to be the Nazis. Yeah, the Democrats are insane. Like, seriously. The Democrats are out of their mind. It's wild to me. Let's see what else we got. Oh, it looks like NewsNation released something 5 minutes ago. Let's take a look here.
Screen of agitators gathering outside of the hotel of Border Patrol Commander.
Exactly. That's what they should be calling them, is agitators. These are not protesters. These are agitators. These are rioters. These are crazy persons. People. These are crazy people.
Gregory Bovino, who is going to be leaving town tomorrow. They're banging on drums. They're making a lot of noise. They know that he's staying in this hotel, and we've seen them get violent in lobbies throughout the last couple of weeks. What do you make of the changes announced today in terms of who's operating on the ground and who's leading the deportation effort? I know Tom Homan is going to basically replace him there on the ground. Do you think he should have been in charge in the first place, or is this just simply a change as we're seeing the president talking to local leaders?
Well, I think it's now Bill O'Reilly hosted the No Spin.
Well, we're seeing this live shot on your screen. Town tomorrow. They're banging on drums. They're making a lot of noise. They know that he's staying in this hotel, and we've seen them get violent in lobbies.
Yeah, and you have the right to your dumbass opinion,
what do you
too.
Make of the changes announced today in terms of who's operating on the ground and who's leading the deportation effort? I know Tom Homan is going to basically replace him there on the ground. Do you think he should have been in charge in the first place, or is this just simply a change as we're seeing the president talking to local leaders?
Well, I think it's, with everything going on, it's maybe a good reset opportunity. But let's remember when.
I think the world has Minnesota fatigue at this point. I mean, it's one of those train wrecks that we can't really look away from. It's right there. And unfortunately, Minnesota fatigue is a real thing, and it sucks. Oh yeah, it's true. My employer could, even though I don't work for T-Tech anymore, so that's good. By the way, you guys should send a mean letter to T-Tech. You guys need to send a letter to T-Tech, by the way. Send a letter to T-Tech. Let them know how I've been a bad, bad boy. Let them know how bad I've been. Brad.
Vino has been there. They've deported 3,000 illegal aliens during this mission, and a lot of those people have criminal records and serious criminal records. But I think what Tom Homan brings to the table, he is a former ICE director, and ICE is typically who's involved in removing illegal aliens that are internally in the country, and Border Patrol is usually
T-Tech sucks ass.
those on the border.
No,
so
T-Tech is terrible.
A lot of that is going to be, sort of more in Tom Homan's comfort zone, and he brings a lot of credibility to this issue. And if these leaders
hell yeah, let's
continue to defy, continue to obstruct after he gets in there, it's very telling
if
where
I was
they're
an
coming
old school
from, because
50-pound
he's
boom
saying,
box.
give us the criminals,
Would you
turn them
carry
over
me
from
on your shoulder
jails,
wherever you
help
walk?
us find them on the streets. And if they say no,
Let's
that really
rock.
shows their highest priority, which I think most people really know it now. The Democrats' highest priority, they weren't just opening the borders just to open the borders. They were opening the borders to bring them illegal.
No, the Democrats were opening the borders because they're idiots. It's that simple. The Democrats are just too stupid for their own good, and they were opening the border like dum-dums. Sorry, that's a bad, bad move, dude. You don't want to just open the doors to everybody. Hell to the... Oh, yeah. Why does everybody call me a bootlicker? And by the way, what does bootlicker mean? Can you guys explain to me, please, what the hell a bootlicker is? By the way, you lick the boots of the Democratic Party, so don't even get me started on that. You're the bootlicker. You're the one who licks the boots of the Democratic Party. Come on, man. What is sleuthing? What is sleuthing, by the way? What does sleuthing mean? I actually don't know what the word sleuthing means. Sleuthing? Is that like uncovering a crime or a mystery? Oh! Thank you, Nate Dogg, for the happy poop yum yums. I appreciate it, my Bruni brother. Thank you. Yeah, wow. Well, actually, technically, I live in North Bend, Oregon, so I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I live in North Bend, Oregon. I like to say I'm from Coos Bay typically, but to be honest, North Bend. Honestly, I live pretty close to the North Bend bowling alley. If you guys want to know the truth, yeah, I live like right next to the bowling alley in North Bend. So whatever. I like to go bowling as much as possible. I love bowling, dude. I'm addicted to bowling. I go bowling all the time because I live right next to the North Bend lanes. And I can't help myself. Yeah, I'm just going to let you guys know I live next to the bowling alley. Big whoop. If you guys want to verse me in the bowling alley, you know, how about you out-bowl me, you know? If you want to out-bowl me, man. Out-bowl me. All right? No, but I actually do live next to the bowling alley. Straight up. I mean, if I look out the window, I can actually see it, so. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're really trying to grow the channel as much as possible. We're doing a really good job. You guys have been very helpful in that pursuit. You know what's kind of crazy is we're almost to 10,000 subscribers, man. I can't believe it. We're very, very close to the 10,000 subscriber mark, and we're really making a true effort. A true effort. Liar, liar. Dolphin Tactics saying liar. Liar. I love it. It reminds me of my boy Brad Lacken. By the way, I think Brad might have passed away, so I want to give a shout out to Brad Lacken. Rest in peace, brother. You know, he was not happy with me, man. Brad Lacken did not like me. He called me fatty. I like that. I didn't mind that, though. I thought it was funny, though. He's like, fatty. He's pissed.
Aliens here, and then they need to keep them here. It all falls apart if they get sent home. So I think they kind of give up the game, honestly, the Democrats, when they talk about this issue, because their only solution always seems to be ICE should leave and the illegal aliens should stay. Yeah. Pretty remarkable.
Yeah, over the weekend and into today, it's been reported the shooting was an ICE shooting. It was actually a Border Patrol shooting. And the idea that Border Patrol has to be in Minneapolis, which is not a southern border state, I think says a lot about where we are. The president said today on Truth Social that he had a phone call with Governor Walz and that they were on the same wavelength. Do you think that Walz can be trusted?
I don't think anybody's on the same wavelength as Tim Walz. That dude, Tim Walz is an incompetent boob. I'm sorry, the dude is just so incompetent. It pisses me off to the nth degree.
Trusted just based on the things that he's
So
been saying
incompetent,
over
man.
the last couple of weeks and the way that he's been handling the failure of and refusal to turn over violent criminal aliens inside of the jails in Minneapolis and in the
Come on.
I don't think he
Come
can
on,
be
man.
trusted for a couple of reasons. One,
Let's go.
because this rhetoric didn't start with this operation. Remember at that
Yeah,
commencement
yeah.
speech in May of 2025, Tim Walz was comparing ICE to the Gestapo. So that was before any of this happened, and that was the Democrat playbook back then. But it really will be telling, will he cooperate? And another thing that he put out there that wasn't trustworthy, he wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal talking about how Minnesota actually cooperates with ICE, but it was very misleading because he was talking about the State Department of Corrections when he knows, in fact, their jails do not turn over people to ICE. They'd rather release them back in the streets of Minneapolis. So he can hopefully turn over a new leaf and not want to have his city burned down again, which it did 5 years ago under his watch. But I would say I'm pessimistic.
Yeah, it looks like things are escalating outside of the hotel where Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino is staying. You see a lot of officers there, federal agents, I believe. We'll have to check and see exactly who these officers are, but they're engaging in crowd control. They have their gas masks on. They're clearly forming a line to protect this building where he is staying after we've seen a number of hotels attack where Border Patrol and ICE agents have been staying as they carry out their operations. There you go, a number of other police who are armed trying to put a perimeter around.
I mean, you kind of have to arrest everybody at this point if they're out on the streets. You can't just let this keep going. You can't let this keep going, man. It's wild. I mean, what is happening in Minneapolis is too crazy. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in many, many, many ways. Many men. Many, 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 many men. But no, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. You guys are incredible. And I mean, you guys have helped the channel grow in so many ways, and I want to thank you guys for it. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of ignore the chat at this point. A lot of you guys are just... Some of you guys are just being total chuds. And I can only do what I could do. But hey, you guys, guess what? We just reached 7,308 subscribers. Once again, we're currently sitting at 7,308 subscribers. We've been really racking up subs. We've been racking up more We've been racking up more subs than Jared Fogle. Okay, so let's go, dude. Subscribe if you guys can. It really helps the channel grow. Like I said, we're currently at 7,308 subs. It's because of you guys that this channel's been so successful. So thank you guys for even tapping the subscribe button. This really helps. It helps in many, many ways. And if you love JD Vance 2028, tap the subscribe button. We're JD Vance fans on this channel, so please, for the love of God, tap the subscribe button. LOL.
Around the building.
OMG.
Clearly the agitators here, Jonathan, are trying to push ICE out. What would be the consequence if that were to happen?
Well, I think that our whole system is based upon, we have federalism, federal on state.
Hi, Billy Mays here. Hi, Billy Mays here with Minnesota. Are you looking for a state where you want to feel uncomfortable all the time because the protesters are too crazy? Are you tired of living in your boring state like Montana? Do you want a state where you have to look over your shoulder at all times and wonder, am I going to get attacked?
Law, and you're essentially allowing other entities to dictate where federal law can be enforced and actually have a true sanctuary for federal law enforcement or immigration law enforcement. And it cannot be tolerated, not just because of immigration law, but for all federal laws going forward and the precedent it sets. So this cannot hold regardless of how it breaks down. Federal law must be enforced in Minnesota and everywhere else.
You're getting more information about the scenes on your
This is
screen.
wild,
Those
man.
are local law enforcement in riot gear doing crowd control. So it seems like there is some cooperation now with the local police defending this hotel, where again, Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino is said to be staying. Jonathan Fahey.
No, but again, I want to thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel. Everybody who's become members. You guys help this channel grow in so many ways. You guys make the channel fun. The super chats, the gifts, just even you guys being present in the chat, the way that you guys are present, it makes the channel fun. It makes the channel grow. I can't say that it makes my penis grow, because my penis will always be tiny. It'll always be a 1-incher, but you know, I'm a 1-inch warrior, okay? I'm a 1-inch warrior.
Thank you so much for being here with your expertise. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your...
So, gluteal myalgia says, Michael, you should really consider the path you choose to walk in life. Yeah, I have considered the path that I choose to walk in life, and this is the path that I choose to walk. I've thought about it very carefully. Gluteal myalgia. Why do you talk in such weird, cryptic language? It almost feels like you're trying to say, Michael, you should really consider to change your path, because if you don't change your path, I'm going to change it for you. And yeah, I don't like that. It just feels weird. Feels weird. Are you threatening me?
Your phone and you...
I don't know. I'm just tired of woke. I'm just tired of the woke agenda, though. At the end of the day, the woke people are getting a little cray-cray. And, but yeah, I'm gonna say this: what happened to Alex Preddy is wrong. He was shot in cold blood. He was murdered. Alex Preddy was murdered. I'm going to admit that. He was murdered by an agent, and that agent should suffer negative consequences. He should be put on trial, and I think he should do some jail time. It was clear that he was on the ground on his knees, and at that point, you didn't need to shoot him in the back. There was zero reason to shoot the man in the back. Zero. But I do want to thank everybody for taking the time to view the channel today. All the super chats and gifts were amazing, by the way. Thank you guys for the supers and the gifts. Thank you guys for, as always, being incredibly courteous and thoughtful and very kind and very sweet, as you guys normally are. Yeah, I'm a lucky dude. I get to be able to chat with you guys on a day-to-day basis. You guys make the show fun. No, you guys make my life entertaining, I'll tell you that. So thank you to Nate Dogg, thanks to my boy Nate Dogg for the happy poop yum yum. It's my buddy, it's my bro, it's my home dog. I want to thank everybody for just being patient with the show. And we're, like I said, I'm harvesting subscribers, man. I'm ready. The subscriber growth has been very exponential, by the way, and I'm loving every minute of it. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys helping me get to 7,300. Like I said, we're currently sitting at 7,308 subscribers. So everything you guys have done, it means the world to me, and just the fact that you guys stick with the channel and really still want to watch the show, it means a lot. Okay, but I do want to thank you guys. Have an incredible